Thank you. Thank you very much. My friends, my people. What's up, gardeners? Yo, folks, Toes, how you doing? Hey, it's like right on my head. It looked like I have it a little like a light up crown thing. Hi. It's a little crowded here, not gonna lie. Like, I can't move my chair all the way over because the desk is right there. Good to see you all. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time it might be for you. Ole. Glad to have you all in here with me for another good day of chatting and playing and chatting and playing and gaming and chatting and hanging out. And what's up, Toe Gang? We're doing gameplay today, but as you know, as with our lovely first sub of the day, by the way, thank you for gifting that sum out, AAK. As with AAK, just a few weeks ago, you may have seen the video on YouTube, Wednesdays are about bringing on a guest. Now, obviously, Mrs. Tomato is usually, well, we would like to do more of our signature streams on Wednesdays. Does your computer run Star Citizen right now? Does your computer run Star Citizen right now? No? See, it's about, how much can we rebuild computers? For some reason right now, why are you up here, Chris? Yeah, so for some reason right now, our router just refuses to give us 4 hardwire internet signals, so we can only either get internet to, where's the thing? Where's this thing? The gaming computer, which is you, streaming PC, which is right here, or the server here, or one of these have to go offline so that we can put her computer on. Obviously, that makes it a little bit hard to stream with both of us at the same time. So we're working on that. But Wednesdays are about the guests. And today we're going to be joined by Morphologis, longtime Star Citizen YouTuber. One of my first inspirations for even starting to do YouTube stuff. It is an absolute honor to be able to get in game with him and chat about the game. We'll be talking today about the current event, news that's coming up with the game right now, things that are going on, and also a little something he introduced me to earlier today that I'll let him talk about first. But yeah, I will probably going to not respond to chat a ton because I want to keep that conversation going. This will be more kind of like a podcast while we're playing the game. So sit back and enjoy. Obviously I'll hit you up with the thank yous and the love yous in chat. Mrs. T is holding down chat as well with the mod gang. Just waiting for somebody to say Quanta instead of Quantum. We're gonna ban you. And I will try I will try and find my way to Morphologis now here. You know, it's funny. I say all of that. I give this whole preamble. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to be talking too much. And then I'm out here for the next... I love chat. I'm out here for the next, like, hour not paying attention to the person that I'm actually in game with. All right. Looks like he's out at Hurston. So we're going to get started by just, like, grabbing a ship of some sort. We're going to be doing Overdrive initiative stuff today. So FPS combat. And it'll be, again, one of the first times I've ever played FPS combat at the lovely, absolutely amazing 60 plus FPS that this new computer gets me. Thank you so much to everybody who helped us get back on our feet after our recent trouble. We would not be in the place we are right now. Playing today, Jaybird. Indeed, indeed. All right, so we got our claim. Let me say hi to everybody before we jump into the chat with Morph. Rashib. First today, welcome in, AAK. Citizen Her, how's it going? Good to see ya. Little shout out. Brigadier Bo, A0. Hello, Tusbow. How you doing, Tabit the cat? Don't watch the channel enough. Toes? Toes is the end of tomatoes. Just always remember that. Yeah, see, you're covered. Bart is here. Good to see you. 07's buddy. I've been enjoying your commentary on the on X, formerly known as Twitter. Tide 07's in chat. How you doing, Michael, Pedro? Good to see y'all. Stream Elements bot. Wow. I appreciate you being here today. God, that's a name that goes back. Oh wow, Nightbot. Ooh, crazy. Hey Zero, thank you for the sub, by the way. Much love to you. Stream Elements, are you doing your raffles again yet? You actually doing them? Hmm? Siri? Hello, Zhao. Hope all is well with you, and I hope I said that name right. If not, please correct me, and I will try more later. Next time. Firebrand. Good to see you. Crazy Eye Carl, welcome. Have they said when the second batch comes out? Second batch of what? Toes? I only know when the bad batch comes out. Get it? Poom V 07's welcome. How you doing? Victora. Good to see you. Dropping tomats in chat. Love it. Brewski, go hydrate. I could use a soda, I guess. Sir Fatius, welcome. Planning on having a good old stream. Hope you'll stick around for a bit of it. Overdrive. Oh, the second batch Overdrive. No, I haven't completed the first batch of missions yet, so that's kind of the plan for today. I haven't even watched season 2 of Bad Batch. I really need to get on that. Reese! An OG Toes Gang representative. Hello, friend. Can we get rid of this soda can? All right, let me get in here with Morph. Let's chatter. Oh, papa. There we go. Hello.
Hey there, Tomato.
Hello. Hey, how's it going?
Going all right. How's it going with you?
Good, good. Hold on one second. There we go. All right. So we've got some folks to shoot, some citizens to star, eh?
Yeah, we do. We're gonna do some things tonight.
Yeah. So tell me what we've kind of talked a little bit about the plans for today. What do you have on the docket, on the schedule?
Well, we gotta get you your missions, but I can't find them for you. You have to find them and then share them with me.
Right.
So for the mission side of things, we're gonna be doing that tonight. But it's kind of like I think as a backdrop, because I shared with you some information about an interesting bit of information that just came out. And I kind of primed my audience a bit about it. I thought it'd be fun to kind of talk to you informally about it, not as some kind of video, just to kind of like throw around some ideas, because it's rather raw news and I'm not quite sure how to interpret it, and I think I need an expert opinion to really make any kind of video on it.
Well, I'm not going to be an expert opinion, I'll tell you that much, but I am...
No, I know. Neither of us are experts, so it's hard to make...
Hey, man, don't insult me. I'm a huge expert on this. What are you talking about?
Oh, you're a financial and accounting expert.
Yeah,
I see. Well,
I do everybody's taxes. Yes, yes. TurboTax hates me. No, I'm happy to discuss some interesting information, and I bet chat is excited to hear about some Morph exclusive. Be pretty
Well,
cool.
it doesn't come from me. It comes from a member of the community who sent it to me. So
Yeah,
I can't take credit for the information. It's actually public information. I think I'm not going to be the only person to talk about it.
We'll call it an Armco
not.
find, at least in this part of the community. But appreciate that.
Yeah.
Whoever it is that did, come across it and point it towards you. That's cool.
Yeah, indeed. So let's just kind of recap. There was this financial report that came out of the UK, because in my audience you kind of know this, but I'll brush over it quickly. There's a regulation that requires companies to report their financials publicly, and there's a website that you can check it on the UK. And this is only for CIG in Manchester, that portion of the company, so it's not the entire financial report. But in it, there was disclosed some interesting information. There was an audit, and I don't want to sensationalize this information. It's not like some revelation or something. It's not like that. By the way, you do need to share this mission with me if you.
Oh yeah. I gotta do that.
Because I'm just kind of floating around.
There's the whole game part. You'll probably have to fly over here for that.
Yeah, I'll do that. All
right. Isn't it priority?
Anyway, so, yeah, I think it's priority. Yeah.
All right. I probably have to wait a little bit
then. On your screen. Yep. Anyway, so the financial report came out. It's a really long, very difficult to read report. There's a lot of information in it. Not all of it is. Well, basically, the report comes out as like, CIG's fine. They're going to be okay for. This is for 2022, so it'd be from 2022 to 2023. But they point out some interesting information that we actually, if you've been following Star Citizen for a while, would have already known. And that's concerning its private investment. If you guys may recall, and I believe, Tomato, you've probably covered this on your channel, that there was a private investment from the Calders. You remember the total amount that was? Was it like 60 million or something like that?
I forget. 40. Oh, gosh, hold on. I think it was right here. I think it was around 50 to 60 million or so.
Yeah. And then there's a number, 43 million is according to
46. Here it is on the website.
46 million. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, so the website also includes other small investments. So it's not just the Calders. There's other independent investors as part of that.
See. Yeah.
Oh, you're near Microsec?
Yes. Yeah, I'm at Port Tressler. So I'll just get in the ship and fly around here until that mission pops up for me. I
need to refuel. Anyway, so the financial report outlines that, specifically there's a note inside the investment report from an auditor, because as part of the reporting in the UK, that you have to actually have a third party look over your financials and provide an audit. So to kind of make sure that everything you're saying makes sense, that you're not, trying to obfuscate or hide anything, just to keep everybody on the up and up. And like I said, the report didn't note anything that they were hiding anything, but they did point out that there was an omission of the Calder investment. This could be a mistake. This could be intentional. I don't want to speculate on why that wasn't part of this report, but it is part of this public report that you can read if you're interested.
You can drop the link in
later
chat.
in this. Yep. Later in this same article, the same report, the auditor outlines the shares that are currently owned privately from outside investors, and when those shares can be withdrawn. And the first time those shares can be withdrawn is in 2024, and it's a small amount. It's like 300 and some thousand shares. And in 2025, the majority of them can be withdrawn, like 1,600,000 some shares. And then the total amount of shares retained privately can be withdrawn completely in 2028. And the amount owed is actually beyond the original investment, because there's interest that goes on top of it as part of what, it's an investment. So, they're looking for return on their investment, obviously. So it's not just going to be that they have to pay back the 43 million that they owe. It would be something in the lines of more like around 120 million or more. Yeah, US dollars. And if you look at the financial report, and I believe it outlines this in the report, that the CIG currently doesn't have liquid cash in order to support a full withdrawal of all shares. Now that's a doomsday scenario. So this is the part that could be easily sensationalized. This
Yeah.
is not something that typically happens, that a company has all investors suddenly withdraw all their income. This is usually something that happens if somebody was caught embezzling funds or like something really extreme happens. So from my basic layman's knowledge, doomsday scenarios is very unlikely. However, it does mean that CIG aren't operating on a completely pressure-free environment. They do have some obligations to investors, which pushes an internal timeline. One thing that Tomato you pointed out to me in our private conversation, I thought was an excellent point, is that this is something that they known from the very beginning when they agreed to do the private investment. It's not like it suddenly happened and they suddenly know they have to pay this money back and they don't have it. No. That's not how this works. They knew from the very, very start. And when we all pointed out that they made this choice to have private investment, we all said, hey, they probably are going to want some return on that investment. They're going to have some leverage over CIG at this point to get things done. And we kind of speculated at that point, how would it affect CIG? And we didn't know at the time when those shares could be withdrawn.
Yeah.
We didn't know any of those details.
Yeah,
but now we do. Now we know when they're supposed to be able to be withdrawn. It's this year, next year, and 2028.
It's kind of interesting that at the end of the day, it's a the private investment ends up being maybe not something that's dictating the finish date for Squadron 42 at least, but it's something that they planned based on after all this time of like the self-publishing. Not to say I don't think that's a bad turn or anything, but it does show how private investment always tries to get in there.
Yeah, it does. So I think that's kind of like the big takeaway is that they probably have had an internal timeline for a long time now for when they needed it to produce some kind of results to satisfy investors.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why Squadron has gone to the polishing phase, this timeline, is probably because of that. Not to say that they suddenly rushed it, because this is the part that I think that's going to be sensationalized by some people, that they must be rushing it out because they want to get it out in time. I don't think that's the case. They have a year to polish it before 2025. They said they were feature complete at the end of last year. A year for polishing seems like a good amount of time to polish and make sure things are working right.
Yeah.
So without knowing too much information about what's going on the inside, obviously I have not played an inside build of Squadron 42, so I can't say for sure. It seems like they're on track to deliver something for 2025.
Yeah.
And so I think, and the other thing I think this really confirms is that they're going to be announcing Squadron 42, its release date or release window at CitizenCon this year.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a pretty big tell, the 25 date, even if we didn't have a pretty good idea after that announcement at CitizenCon. Like, Squadron 42, there's a lot riding on that, from their offices that they've built to all their expansion and employees to now this investment. And like all these things definitely point towards Squadron being a big influx of income in the next 2 years. I have...
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and the 1.0 announcement as well makes a lot of sense now too.
Mm-hmm. My favorite part of this whole document is when I've been sitting here on this screen, because I think this is like, people are always looking for a reason to believe that this is actually a game. It's a lot of hot takes, replies to tweets and stuff when people are like, but isn't this like some kind of a scheme or something? And you can look at this third-party company that has put out an official statement to the UK government saying straight up here in very plain words that the business is running healthily. They're continuing their objective of delivering a game to its customer base with regular alpha releases and community updates. And it's like, it is very clear that even if it might be struggling with management issues or there might be delays, it's obviously a bit seen as a business and something that's performing properly.
Yeah, certainly. I think that's also important to take out of this. Like, you can't just take the stuff that could be sensationalized out of it. You also have to look at, like I said, the positives in the report as well. To be perfectly fair here, they're saying that the company is fine. That it looks like everybody is, the report is truthful, and that the financials make sense, and that they're turning a profit right now. I think the profit in 2022 to 2022 was how much? Was like around 8.5 million or something like that.
Yeah. Pounds.
That's after expenses. So we're talking about net profit.
Mm-hmm. It's just way up
So
from the year before.
Yep, and that's 2022. So we don't know what 2023 was yet. That's not part of this report. We know from what they published publicly that their income was higher than 2022. They kind of like made up a lot of ground at the end of the year, so that was really good. But it does mean, though, that they do have to keep this momentum up, which I think is another reason why we've started to see so many sales recently. I don't know if you've kind of picked up on that too.
No, I haven't noticed at all.
Not at all. Yeah, there've been a lot of sales recently. Actually, I forgot my helmet, so I have to get on my ship and put my helmet on.
Aha. Happens to the best of us.
Like the unexpected F8 Sea Lightning sale and the Mark II sale here. I think that these wouldn't have happened had they not had this pressure. So clearly there are some decisions being made that are owe their origins to some amount of pressure.
Yeah.
I think there's no way to look at this and not see that there's something pushing marketing. But
we kind of already knew that, right? Even without this,
we knew that.
Mid last year, we were like, yeah, they're gonna start to push more to make up the money for this year, because you can kind of see their momentum over the 2020 and then 21 and 22. It made sense. Like, again, going back to, I think it was letter for the chairman May 2022, when they introduced like, yeah, we want to have this many new jobs in Manchester, when we just built this studio and we're building this studio, we're moving our people to this studio, and you're like, okay, you guys need a ton of money. It's like, it has always made a bit of sense. Yeah. And the interesting bit is that, like, you look at how much cash, or how much, not even cash, just net worth they have in their assets, and I think it said around 40 million on there. And then, if you asked most people who have heard about Star Citizen and CIG, and you ask them, hey, what do you think the value of the company is in terms of its net assets, they'd probably think it was like over $1 billion or close to $1 billion, just because of the funding numbers.
Yeah, but it's not the case. They've spent is just about as much as they've made, but thankfully they've not spent more than they've made.
Yeah.
Or we'd have a different conversation right now, I think.
That would be rough. If we were at the place that we're at right now,
yeah,
and they were in a cash negative, that'd be really worrying.
Certainly.
Man, I'm still not getting this mission.
But as you know, it takes a second, because once somebody takes it, it goes off of the net, or
right.
It goes off of the mission thing. But yeah, we also, we knew after they bought that they acquired Turbulent, we all speculated that there was going to be additional costs in 2023 beyond the year of 2022, so that they would have to have even more income than the previous year, ideally, in order to be able to even break even.
A lot of signs,
yeah, there's a lot of signs that they're feeling financial pressure, which I think is another, actually, it's not a bad thing. Actually, it also tells us a little bit why they're closing the LA studio, which was very recent news from the chairman's letter. I'm sure you've read into that, Tomato.
Yeah,
I just published a video on it, but I'm not sure how much you've covered it yourself.
I went over it on stream. I haven't done any sort of a video or anything, but I thought they were kind of downsizing that studio and keeping some of the operation stuff there.
They're keeping some stuff there. It's not completely closing it, but they're moving a lot of the staff out of there, and the majority of them were asked to move to Manchester, as per what they said in that letter.
Mm-hmm.
With the rest of them, a very smaller amount, and this was stressed by Chris in the letter, a smaller amount being requested to move to Houston, or to move to the Turbulent studio. But it seems like that request to move was kind of another way to lay people off in a more indirect way, is how I interpreted that. So that it wouldn't look so bad that they were directly laying people off. Because my just as being a normal person and knowing that a lot of developers are normal people, moving across the world for a job is a very difficult ask.
Yeah.
Especially when it's kind of, even if it's not sudden, even if you have a year in advance notice that this is going to happen, it'd be very difficult to make that decision. So people just leaving, especially, well, I guess Top Happy is not part of that, actually, But we know that there were reports of people getting laid off or people saying that they were laid off recently. So now we kind of know why that's happened. And I think that they need to tighten their belt, and that's also why this is happening. It's a financial decision, not just that they were suddenly like, hey, let's get rid of the LA studio.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, and the company's always been mostly based out of the UK, so LA is pretty far away from there. Let's see.
I need to get some cash.
Stop it with the notifications, please.
Or not cash. I need to get some ammo. This terminal's not working. What's going on here?
Squadron 42 comes around and they'll make more money in 1 month than
I actually
ever.
realized I also need to get ammo and stuff. I almost left without anything, but if we're gonna do this mission, I need to actually have like things to shoot and go pew pew.
So I was wondering if you are bringing any folks in from your community, because I imagine I think I'm on 3 out of 5 on this, and probably 2 people.
You want to bring some people in? Yeah, we could do that. That would actually make things a little bit easier. I could see if anybody from my community would like to join me.
Yeah,
I've got a couple people in my chat that I know that maybe, or sorry, in my Discord right, who may want to help out.
All right, and if not, we
one
can.
of them.
If not, we can hop over to my server, and I can let some folks know too.
Sure. No, I think I've got a couple people who would be more than happy to help.
Gotcha.
Let me just ask.
Will we have any more citizen cons after 24?
Jump over there.
Okay, no problem. Yes, there will always be citizen cons. Fantastic way to continue the community hype. Let's see. I want to get. Yes, we do know what it's like to move to another country. Oh man, it's a lot. Do I think the roadmap update will be bigger today? I don't think it's going to be too big. I think mainly we're going to see now is just confirmation of features, and they're probably going to start patch watches today, because we already hit Evocati. They're probably going to start putting out some Spectrum posts about the smaller features that aren't getting on the roadmap release. Keep an eye out for that. When you see them, come back to our Discord server and we'll discuss it a little bit, because those are always, not always, sometimes those are the more conversation generators than anything else. Do I think the decisions they have done sales-wise lead to a better development of their funds? Because the numbers say something else. Even this sales initiative right now shows something else on the numbers compared to the last years. I think that I think they know that these sales are burning goodwill. I think the backers know that these sales are clearly trying to just get money and funding. I think everything is pretty out in the open for anybody who's paying attention. But at this point, there is nothing else to do but to just continue, right? Some might call it a sunk cost fallacy, but I think any video game company that has, I don't know if going gold means you're content complete or if it means you're bug fix complete. I'm pretty sure it's content complete.
Can you give me party leadership so that I can invite those who would like to join?
Will do. Any company that's basically at the polishing phase of their video game is going to say,
select my. Oh, there we go.
Is going to say all we need to do is continue to fund this to completion so we can sell it and make some money.
Star Citizen being Star Citizen. There's actually a lot of news to talk about, Tomato, since we've last talked. I mean, a lot of really interesting news too. So like the financial report's a little bit like, it's very interesting. It's a little bit sensational in some ways, like it's easy to look at it and say, this could be bad or whatever, but there's actually a lot of really good news. Like the news about them testing server meshing this weekend. Have you heard of that?
Yes. Holy yes, dude. Servers in one system.
Yeah, this is going to be the single most important test Star Citizen has ever done to date. And might top anything they're going to do in the near future unless they do more server meshing testing. So if you guys haven't heard, they're going to be testing server meshing within a single star system, breaking a star system down into like different planets and cities and even stations, and seeing how it works, seeing if there are any issues with it. And now they did if you guys don't know, they already did the server meshing test with connecting Pyro and Stanton. I participated in that. I made a video on it. It was really great. I'm not sure if you had any chance to test that out yourself, Tomato.
No.
But hopefully you'll get a chance to do that soon. Because I think that test is going to include more people. And I hope more. They kind of need that. They need a lot of people to test it, because there needs to be people stressing it at every end. Is that Evo test today? Well, I'm part of Evo. I didn't notice exactly when the test was, but god dang it, I want to freaking try that.
I think they said Friday or Saturday.
That's what I thought. The public one was about the weekend one. I know there's a 323 test going on. There's a couple ones happening this week testing the standard features of Star Citizen, and that's cool. That's exciting. I'm super excited for 323, but god, is server meshing the single most exciting thing.
Yeah.
Like,
it's hard to know what to be most excited for right now. I mean, obviously server meshing is the biggest, but yeah.
I think so. For server meshing, I think is definitely the most exciting, because if you really think about like the 323 features, the vast majority of the 323 features are more like quality of life improvements. Mm-hmm. It's going to make the game feel like a polished experience in some ways. Not always. Obviously, there's not a lot of gameplay loops that we're going to be able to constantly play, as Chris outlined himself, as we're not at 1.0 just yet. Mm-hmm. But like, it's going to be good. Server meshing is kind of that tech that we need to actually make Star Citizen an MMO. It's the tech that's going to help improve the server frame rate, to increase entity counts, to increase player counts, to increase interactions within the game. Like, there's so many things that server meshing enables. Also, new star systems, bigger player battles. Like, there's so many great things that are going to come from server meshing. It really is, like, if anything is a Jesus tech in Star Citizen, it really is server meshing. Yeah. Working server meshing is the actual Jesus tech.
The actual thing that I remember, man.
The actual thing we've been waiting for.
Back when OCS was coming out, and it was like, they were like, everybody was excited for it, but people were also, every time there was like a back-end update around that time, everybody would be like, oh yeah, you guys are making it all about Jesus tech again. It's not Jesus tech. It's not gonna fix everything. And it's like, no, of course, but this is the stepping stone to the actual possible Jesus tech. It's only 7 years later.
There were hopes. There were a lot of hopes that it was going to create performance improvements, and it did in some ways. Through the years of these improvements, these steps towards getting towards server meshing, there have been incremental improvements to the game, but ultimately, none of them were like this sure of a step forward. This is without a doubt a step forward. There's no doubting that going from 100 players, even in the basic Evocati test where they had 2 servers linked between Pyro and Stanton, going to 350, that already is a huge step up from what we have. And that's just like a super basic test with players outside of CIG. It wasn't even meant to stress test how much everything could handle, and we're getting to that now. Now we're getting to it. That is going to be, oh god, it's going to be so interesting. The only sad thing is I'm not entirely sure any of that visual experience is going to be able to be conveyed to you guys. I think it's going to be all under visual NDA. Yeah. But we'll at least be able to talk to you guys about it. For those of you who are part of the Evocati, and like I said, I am Evocati, but I know they're getting more people into it now. So I hope you get a male Tomato to get you into Evocati, so you can
That'd be cool. Test. I've always believed in the testers getting in there, but it would be cool. Give me 1 second. Who are you on my ship? I'll shoot your ass. I don't appreciate people sneaking on board. You're in game. I am currently just with Morph today, so I'm not bringing in any other garden for this. I'm actually joining a garden event after this. This is just me and Morph. Sir Piggles. What the heck are you doing here? I almost shot you, Piggles.
Yeah, this thing definitely.
I almost made you bacon.
This thing definitely can't have
What
Can't
the?
have that all turret on it and have
Hold
enough capacitor.
Hold on a
for
second.
it.
Are you in Morph's
It
Discord?
really isn't capable of that. The F7C.
Hey, I found a tag along. You know Piggles from old SC Leaks days?
I do know Pickles. Yeah.
I found him stowing away like a dirty little and I think he's joining us. Do you think he
Pickles.
can? Yeah, can you?
He's welcome to join. Yeah. I've got one in, but did you pass on to me the
Yeah,
party
you have
lead?
the party lead.
Okay, we're gonna all meet at Seraphim Station. By the way, I've instructed people to meet at Seraphim because that
Oh.
apparently has a lot of stuff to start from.
Well,
like,
I took them.
a lot of kit.
I took the mission over here.
Oh, you have the mission.
Yeah, actually, it does look like it's
You
taking
actually
me
have it.
somewhere else.
Where's it taking you?
R-Corp. Holy crap.
Oh, Arcorp. Oh, okay.
That's far.
1 sec. Let me get everybody in the party here.
All right, I'll start making my way over to you guys. Freaking Piggles. You almost got your shelf shot, dude. Your shelf. Stowing away like a dirty little piggle.
I think I got everybody there. Yeah.
What is it? Morphologis Discord? You might be able to... Hold on. Let me shoot you an invite.
Yeah, but that acceleration from that test at SitCon last year on stage to now is pretty. I mean, relative to the stuff that the progress we've seen, is like moving at light speed.
Oh my gosh, dude!
Breaking the sound barrier.
It's
like
so.
That's what it feels like, kind of.
It's crazy because.
But I'm glad that that's the case.
It's crazy because if you jump back to like December, November time when everybody was celebrating all these possible additions, and you also had people who were like, this is still so far away, this isn't going to happen anytime soon. And it was kind of like, yeah, I do think it's going to be still like a few quarters, and you know, it'll be slow moving. And then we're like 3 months later, and just people are server meshing. I mean, it's not live game, but people in Evocati are jumping between star systems. I did not think that was going to be happening in March.
Me neither. I mean, I think nobody did. When it was announced in EvoCati, I think everybody in Evo was just as shocked as the rest of the community. And it's great that we can talk about it now, as opposed to being kind of stuck. So I wanted to ask you
that's
quick.
why they changed it.
I've asked them to. I was going to keeping them in the captain's quarters till we all get together so that we can chat, because once we drag them in, there's going to be a lot of voices in here.
Okay.
How do you want to run it? Do you want to invite them here in to chat with us, because communication is going to be really important for these missions?
Yeah. Yeah, let's bring them in.
Or okay, cool, excellent. Yeah, this is more, again, tonight. This isn't a podcast. We're just kind of chatting like it's a podcast. We're just playing Star Citizen together tonight. That was the objective.
It's just impossible for us to get together and not chat like it's a bit of a podcast.
Of course. By the way, are you going to CitizenCon this year, Tomato? I think I asked this question to you before, but I want to ask again.
I don't think so. No.
I can't blame you, man. There's a lot of things that happened to you this year, and you gotta do you.
We got a lot going on this year, so I think it'd be better for us to focus on that stuff for this year and make sure to be there for the release year. That's speculation, by the way. That's not like it's not confirmation.
Speculation. It's well-supported speculation, but speculation nonetheless.
Yeah.
Well, if things change, Tomato, I really hope you go. If not, I'm gonna miss you. It was really great hanging out with you at last year's CitizenCon, and this one feels like it's gonna be even bigger. So not having you there is gonna be extra sad. But
yeah, we were very, very excited to do it, and that Manchester position, I think, was it was part of our call, but honestly, with the house stuff that happened, and we had, recovering from that, and then we're also trying to move into a house and furnish that. There's like just a lot more going on that we'd like to put our time towards. But yeah, dude, I freaking loved CitizenCon last year. I would love to go again. That was such a good time.
Well, since we have some time before that, You remember when we walked outside and wait, were you with me when like? Oh, maybe you weren't. I think no, it was just me. It might have been. God, I can't remember who was with me. But we went out. And we talked to Mike on stream. Salty Mike. Were you there?
Yes. Oh yeah. No, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I wasn't there. I think it
weren't
was you and Paul maybe, or somebody.
It was Paul and was it Burks? Yeah, Burks was there Burks was there with me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was Paul, Burks, and I, and we were talking with Mike. Croncy wasn't there. Who was with Mike? It was Level Cap. Level Cap was with Mike. Yeah, that was it. Maybe we can organize something like this year. I mean, because I mean, like, do you see like the interest last year in like the live stream from creators? It was crazy. It was off the walls bonkers.
Yeah, that was fun when we did that the first day walking around, completely like impromptu, but it was a good time. We'll definitely be doing something like that. You know, it's we won't be there, but we will definitely be involved, and I'm still looking forward to it. It's gonna be a good CitizenCon this year.
For sure. Well, we'll have to maybe we could schedule like a voice in from the floor. I'll be like, "Hey, what's going on, Tomato? I'm here on the floor at CitizenCon.
That'd be awesome,
is
man.
Palpable. People are ready for the squadron announcement and the 1.0 play test.
Can we do
1.0 play test? Is not going to happen. But.
Gonna have to have like a little musical stinger transition like the news does. Hello, Morphologis here on the floor.
I'll have to get a microphone with like one of those little logos on it too. Hey there, Morphologis here on the floor.
Yeah, we will definitely be like doing our own coverage from over here, and I don't know, man. You never know what's gonna happen throughout the year. Like that's our plan right now, but anything can happen over the summer. I don't know, a golden asteroid lands in our yard and we become billionaires overnight.
It could happen. You never know. You really, the size and of space, it's infinity, and yeah, you just don't know. But hey, let's meet at by Genie Point and set our respawn before we go do this.
Oh boy. All right. Well, I'm almost to Hurston, so just a little further to go.
Oh wait, Hurston.
No. I'm going to ArcCorp, but I'm coming from Microtech.
All right.
So I got a ways to go.
Hoping persistent halves will be coming soon, says Couch Nugget. Yeah, that's another thing, Tomato. They haven't talked about that for a while, have they? They've talked about persistent hangers. We know that's coming in 3.23 to some extent, but persistent halves has kind of fallen by the wayside. I feel like that we're going to probably see something like that this year. That might be coming in a patch before 4.0 potentially. If it's not the next patch after 3.23. Yeah, but I'm still leaning 4.0 at the end of the year, sadly. Or at least maybe at CitizenCon. How are you feeling, Tomato? When is your prediction for the release of 4.0?
4.0.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'd like to see how the tests go for server meshing this week. But even then, I guess there's not really much knowing. Like, it all depends on the performance of server meshing and how will we be able to speculate on how well it's doing.
True. One thing that was really surprising from the tests, though, that we found out was that there were some systems that weren't yet working with server meshing, and that there's a lot of things that are affected by server meshing. Like, for example, the ownership of missions as you passed over server boundaries, at least in that first play test, wasn't working. So if you went from Stanton to Pyro, you basically would abandon any mission that you had in Stanton. So obviously that's not going to work for a Stanton playtest if that's not fixed. So that could be a barrier among many other potential problems with other features in the game if they're not ready for server meshing. So that's the one thing that makes me feel that it may still take some time, even if on the surface server meshing is working. It could be that there are many systems still that you need to be flushed out and prepared before 4.0 releases.
I could see a 4.0 CitizenCon time launch. That would be so hype, and it'd be perfect timing. But also, maybe August, maybe.
Could be. I mean, there's still a non-impossibility for it to be released at the middle point of this year for summer. And I think that was their target originally anyway.
Yeah.
But who knows? You know, like server meshing could be a tough nugget to crack. But at the pace they're moving, man, I didn't think we would be testing. I mean, like I swear that they said at one point recently that their initial goal would be just to have two servers, Stanton and Pyro. So for them to be testing a breakdown of one system right now is kind of like even more unexpected. then they're set and test of Pyro and Stanton connected through a meshed environment.
I think the last letter from the chairman said that they wanted to do 2 servers per each system when they finally got it live.
Oh. Sorry, I did a stupid.
What happened? Did you blow up? I understand. I do it all the time.
No, and I parked my F7A too close to the entrance, and when I opened the canopy, it flung the ship up into the air in the hangar, and now I can't get to it. All right, well, I'm not flying that ship anymore.
Anti-drunk driving protection. Oh, Sir Pickles needs a party invite. I guess you're gonna have to do that when
my friends list.
Yeah, you'll have to do that when we see him.
I'll drag them down now, actually. Hello, Pickles.
Hello.
And everyone else. I say hello to Pickles. It's been a long time since I've had a chat with him. Hope you've been well, man. And everybody else here who I've regularly hung out with very recently, so there's no need to say long
hello.
time no see, but no, I'll say hello. It's a courtesy. Hello. All right, now we're done.
Diving for democracy.
We've been doing a lot of Helldivers recently. If you've not played it, it's so. Oh no, I think you said you did get it, didn't you?
I got it. I tried to load in once. The servers didn't let me, and I haven't had. That was like literally right before we moved, and obviously since then,
oh man,
been a bit busy.
We now have a plan. We must kidnap him for the democracy.
We do. We've got to get him in.
Ganged
for some democracy and freedom.
Luckily, I drink a lot of tea. Just add some liver to it.
It could have been tonight.
I am a big fan of tea. That's good.
Of course you are.
Liberty.
I got some hot Hornet gossip, guys.
You got hot Hornet gossip?
Hot Hornet gossip.
Hot Hornets near
Hornet
you.
Gossip.
All right, and what is that?
Oh, right.
Hornets in your area. So I was going through the data core the other day. I haven't opened up the game files in a long time, but 323 kind of got me interested. Anyway, so I opened up the data core and I was having a look at the Mark II F7A, and they actually increased the nose turret gun sizes from size 2 to size 3 right before they announced the sale, where you could earn the F7A and also the F7C Mark II.
Ooh,
interesting.
So it actually got a buff right before they started selling it.
Is that
interesting? I think that's because some people were saying that the acceleration, what have you, on the current flight model with the Mark I is better still than the Mark II. So they may be anticipating such issues. But the other question mark in my mind is, what's 323 going to do to the balance of these ships? Like, they're all going to change. So who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking from a purely firepower standpoint.
Yeah. Indeed.
Yeah, that's
surely 2 size 4s and 2 size 3s with the potential for another size 3 on the nose is going to be
no, that's insane. 2 size 3s on the nose.
Woo!
2 size 3s on the nose. Holy crap!
Yeah, so 2 size 4s and 4 size 3s in total.
4 size 3s. Wow.
That's kind of insane.
That's the Scorpius that's a Scorpius gun armament plus an extra 2 size 4s.
On a much smaller ship, yeah.
Superiority fighter.
Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna be
a lot of superiority.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment it shares the same capacitors as the F7C. So when you've actually got all of those loaded, it kind of struggles for fire rate. I mean, you're looking at maybe 15 to 20 shots before you got a regen, but even then, that's still an absolutely ridiculous amount of alpha damage.
This calls for Senbei.
That calls for using nothing but projectile-based weapons and deleting things.
Cannons, all the cannons.
Yeah, you'll need to rearm very regularly, but the thing's dead.
Did I get it, party, mate?
No. Did you invite? You have to invite me to your. Invite me to your party.
Oh, do I?
Or no. Sorry, add me to your friends list. Let me rephrase that. I'm sorry, I'm being stupid. I don't know if I have you on my friends list.
We can wait till you get there in person. You can just do it by, because I don't think we can add friends in the games.
No, we need to share the mission for him first, otherwise he doesn't know where to go.
Oh, I guess he could find you in the server player list. I was saying that he could share the mission once we get to you guys, because you could just look at him and share the party. But
yeah,
because the whole friends adding thing is weird. You can't just type someone's name in. But I forgot you could just go through the server list and add them.
Yeah. So can you join off of one of anybody in here who you've got on their friends list? Are you on my friends list, Pickles? Can you see me?
I think so.
Just look for him in global
I'm
chat.
not sure. It's been a good 6 months to 8 months since I've last played this game, to be fair.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Look for him
Since
in
I've
global
even
chat
talked to
and
you.
shoot him a friend request real quick.
You know what, Morph? You did it again.
What's that? Oh, there we go.
Let's make a plan. We should execute the plan. Plan immediately changes.
What is up?
Plan.
We are, I was munching on some senbei. The good times.
That's the plan.
Confusion
What are you guys
success.
snacking on today? What kind of tea you got? What are you drinking?
We don't know what we're doing. The enemy were.
Finding it hard to play SC lately? All the 323 hype is eating away at your will to play
Not
live.
necessarily untrue. either.
I've been right there with you
If
since
I
Citizen Con.
accidentally invite Salty Mike,
Can I just say, during the beginning of this stream, we got rated by Jack Space Games. Thank you so much for that.
family,
I'm so
I don't
sorry I
enjoy
missed you.
these missions.
Much love to you. I hope you were having a good time today. I think I saw you were playing.
With Execute Night when we were on that server he was running.
No, I didn't actually. I never really got into Go.
I didn't, but Execute got super into it, and we ended up being the miners.
Doing some X4 today, dope.
Every single person's land that we could find.
I hope it was good times. I don't think you're still around, but again,
Miner.
thank you so much for the raid.
Yeah, I think they weren't too happy with us, but you know that's not our problem.
Yeah, Morph, you
pretty
are wearing the
sure-
blue on blue suit there.
Yeah, you are. You're gonna get shot, and I don't want to.
Vitamin water,
All right.
Nice. also kind of sugar water from what I've experienced.
Literally wearing the
You've been
shoot
warned.
here suit.
Luckily, I've got another kit here ready to go.
Are you already hurt?
Oh.
Don't think you can move components off the Murder Hornet.
I don't know.
What is that?
how
The
I'm
Super
hurt.
Hornet?
I might be
The
bugged.
bottle. When you were drinking the bottle, you moved, and you got hit by the bottle.
The
Oh,
F8C
well,
does not
attacked
have
you.
size 4s. What does it have? All size 3s and 2s?
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I forgot. I forgot I'm playing Star Citizen.
What's up, Warblade? How you doing?
You've been playing Helldivers, where you just assume the bug is a literal thing out to kill you.
Yeah, I like it when bugs are something that I can kill, not something that kills me. Easily
wish we
without me
could.
having any way to defend.
I do wish
And
we
Star
could.
Citizen and Helldivers are the same game. We're just fighting different bugs.
Yeah, we'll be the real bug smashers. I actually like that little excerpt. It was a cathartic little show that they unfortunately got rid of. I know it wasn't the most favorite of people, but being a longtime player of Star Citizen, I have to say, watching someone fix bugs is cathartic.
I should send you some of the funny videos I got last time I did some modding for the game because we've got plenty of broken stuff.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, what have you you've been able to get into the game much? I mean, we haven't been able to talk for a while.
What were you gonna say?
Oh,
Yeah, I don't
was
think
I
you
was I? I thought I was muted, so I stopped talking, and then I started talking again because I thought I unmuted myself, but it turns out I was muted. Sorry, I'm new to all this, guys. Still learning how this works.
Professional streamer.
I was asking if you have been in the game much, or if you've just been sitting back over the last year or two.
Well, in terms of actually playing the game, not a lot. To be honest, I didn't really do that much before anyway. But in terms of modding and tinkering, yeah, I've been working on it. I've been myself and one of the other modders. We've got a community going where have you seen those renders and things people have been putting on Reddit and Spectrum with all the ships and content from the game all nicely done out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so my community is looks after a tool that'll automatically extract game assets and put it into like Blender, and you can do what you want with them after that. So
Oh
that's
my
the
God, that'd be
current thing.
brilliant.
I don't directly work on that, but I try to support and maintain the GitLab where I can. But in terms of personal projects, I've mostly just kind of been tinkering with what I can in the game. I don't particularly want to release things until we have Squadron 42 because there were issues a while ago regarding people modding in live, and I don't want to open up that whole
Morph,
can
can
of
you wait?
worms, really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Morph,
yeah.
can you wait?
You want to come with?
Over
Sure.
here. 2 6.
Yeah, your server is full. I've been trying to join.
Yeah,
for
long story short, I am working on stuff. I just don't want to release it until people can use it offline.
That's fair. Look forward to it,
Since we're
dude.
Talia, since we're gonna be doing more than one of these missions, maybe after this mission we'll leave and we'll rejoin another server.
I'll just
so we can
continue
be
to
here.
join until I eventually get in, then I'll catch up.
Sounds good. But yeah, that's exciting. I think last time we talked in private. might
Just
have
got
been
back from a
about,
deployment and just wanted to
certain big
thank
ship
me
that's
for
already been
what I do with the launch sequence of Citizen
semi-released
Central. Thank you,
into
Kita.
The not released.
You get cell service only once in a
Yeah,
while,
we're
but when you
not
did, you
releasing
download all the episodes and catch up.
I-
Lived
I
Citizen
still have
Con
it.
with me
Tomorrow, didn't we?
and kept up
Did you
date on
guys
everything with
make
the
it?
podcast. Thank you,
I
dude.
know,
That's
I got it.
awesome. I'm glad you enjoy the podcast.
On to-
It's good fun to make them.
Yeah, I just kind of sat on it. I decided I was gonna wait if it wasn't finished and just see if it was gonna come out soon and. do the
I
archive.
have
Wait,
to
what was
say,
that?
I'm quite surprised. So that version of said big ship that you got
Ah,
was I think that's mid to late 2018. That particular version. Obviously, it's changed slightly since then, but by and large, I was having a run around. In fact, I pulled the file when they updated the full interior for that event, and I had a look around, and to be honest, it hasn't really changed.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, there's places that, so when I was telling you about the parts of it that were unfinished, all of the same parts are still exactly the same shape. Like the missile room, for example. You know that bit where the big turret kind of comes out the deck, with the missiles
Yeah.
on it. So there is meant to be, whether they'll actually do it or not, but in theory there is meant to be a room that turret lives in for servicing whatever, and there is actually a door for that in the hallway that's just never opens because they never built the room.
Interesting. Well, it's got to be done for squadrons, so at some point they're going to get it done. But I remember they said in the video about it that they had stripped a lot of stuff off of it for the event to get it ready
Yeah.
for PU.
So what they were talking about there is the specifically for Squadron. There's a lot of set pieces, and you see those videos where they've got kind of clutter around the ship, people walking around, going about their day. It's that kind of stuff, and it has in the Squadron version of the ship mountains of extra little points that you can attach things to make it look lived in. Obviously, if you go out and buy the ship in game and in the verse, you don't want to have it covered in clutter, or at least I wouldn't. But yeah, that's pretty much what they did. It was a lot of just stripping all that stuff out because it's not needed, and actually, if you don't need it, what's the point in having it? It just creates unnecessary bloat.
No, indeed. I think it's not, and it just gives people a clean slate to start from with their new ships. So.
Oh, definitely, yeah. One of the guys in my org he's had one since 2014ish, and every time we're together, he gets me loaded up so we can map it out and come up
Update,
with
dude.
plans.
Sorry I missed your message, man.
I can't wait to
Asked what kind of senbei this was.
giving,
You know what? I actually don't know because I don't have the box, and I don't know if this is the want. But it's good. That's what it is. Love to see you in chat, by the way, man. How have you been? How have your streams been?
Sitcon. I don't see it any earlier than that.
Oh, I don't know. I think they're gonna get it out.
They said 12 months last Sitcon.
Yeah, I think it'll be around that time.
I'm a simple man. I just want Retaliator gold standard.
They said, didn't they say they were in the monthly report last month? They were in gray box for the Polaris.
Yeah, on the
grey box
exterior.
is sitcom, weren't they? Because they had it white box, and they said, "Here's what we have in white box. We're now in grey box," or something along those lines.
They're LOD
They're pretty far
0.
along with the Polaris.
I believe they're.
Didn't they have that
I
fly-through?
don't think
I
they're
can't
far enough
remember.
along.
I believe they're
we have
LOD
the full
0
hull.
on the exterior and gray
They-
box on
they
the
say LOD
interior.
0? Ah,
Yeah,
okay,
something like
okay.
Zeus coming soon.
It's a ship I quite enjoy flying. I think.
I don't own one, so I don't have any skin in that game. But it would be very cool to see it.
I think it's definitely
I think
late end of year kind of thing.
You think so? I think
Yeah.
it's gonna come. I really do think it's gonna come before that. I really do.
Yeah.
I think it might release. If it doesn't release with 323, which is probably crazy ambitious, it'll probably come out with 4.0 if it comes out in the summer.
And
So,
they definitely want
my
to
guess.
have engineering working in it, right? Before it comes to live. I
Mm,
feel like you
that
can't
seems
add a
really
capital
ambitious, but
ship
maybe.
to the game without having it ready for the capital ship gameplay, you know? They've been waiting all this time.
Yo, right, of course, because they would
Mm.
never add ships into the game that
I
don't
mean,
have their
that's their
functionalities yet.
excuse for
Yeah,
capital
that
ships
never
not being in
happened.
game, right?
All their data running ships and all the data running stuff's in, isn't it? It's all there.
All there.
No. But again, going back to capital ships, they clearly made a decision after the 890 jump. They said, we're not going to release anymore because there's no point. The gameplay's not there. It would be weird now to release the first capital ship in 8 years to the game in the same year that engineering is coming out, but not have engineering included. That'd be nuts.
It would be weird, but we were talking about financial reports earlier, and that might be a pretty strong incentive, Tomato.
Gross.
We'll see. We'll see. I know.
No, I could never imagine CIG doing something like that.
Could I have a mission
I
share,
could
please?
never imagine releasing the F2 Mark II again, but here we are.
The F7A and the Mark II, both of which have just appeared. Or the F7, sorry. Also, F8, there we go. Thank you.
Would
And
you?
they still have the Vandal ships up their sleeve. I
All
mean,
right.
They could charge for those again.
I got a question for all of you then. Would you prefer the Polaris comes out without any of the capital ship gameplay just because it's done, or would you prefer they hold on?
Obviously, I prefer it to come out with
I want to have something to do.
the stuff.
I
to
would
do
like
with
to have
it,
something
yeah.
to do with my giant ship, but I would also like to see my giant ship.
Bring
Yes.
back the hangar
I'd like-
module so we can stare at it and do nothing with it.
I'd do that. I'd have that hands
Hangar
down.
ready state.
Do you guys remember? Oh god, it must have been like 3.10 or something when we started the hangar module. There was a bug where you could actually spawn the Idris in your hangar module if you had the Idris M.
I don't recall that. No.
Yeah, but it was only in the Revel and York hangar, the big one that you got if you had the Starfarer, and it was so big that it actually clipped through the walls of the hangar.
Welcome to the ASOC
I just
That's
realized,
hilarious.
system.
Piggles, you're waiting for me, eh?
I mean, I can fly if you want me to.
Hold on.
I'm waiting
I
for
got
you
a ship
guys here
here.
at the
Got a ship in
Sugar
Hangar 4
processing
on a Spirit.
facility.
Oh, I just want to spirit. Let's go to Hangar 4.
Well, I got in, but I'm on Seraphim. Because somebody changed the plan.
Oh, I didn't know that the mission was accepted, so I fully blame Tomato.
It's
You can
shared.
spawn anywhere in the system.
I'm currently on my 4th out of 5th wave, so that's what you guys can expect.
So long as they don't spawn on Crusader, I'm happy.
Mine says 6 out of 5.
According to Mike, who talked to CIG, by the way, you don't have to do all. You don't have to do 1 through 5. You just have to do 5 of any level, and then you complete the requirement.
Cool.
Of any level, so do you have to do all the 5s, or is it a have to
You
do
don't
a
have
5?
apparently you don't have to do all the 1 through 5. You could help your friends do level 1, level 2, level 1, level 2. So like you can keep doing the earlier levels and then satisfy the 5 mission requirement.
You
It's
should
kinda
probably
weird,
grab
but
a vehicle. Because
I'd
these turrets
probably
ain't
just do
nice.
them all.
no.
Mix them all
There's no turrets here. We're good.
No?
You
Half the
come
time
on
there's no
over.
turrets.
Cool.
After that nice one night.
Oh, did I forget my tractor beam? Oh,
I've got a max lift.
so many guns here.
I've been looting all the Zenith armor.
There's a recent post by Nico that says you need all levels. Okay, scratch that. Apparently, the developers
so-
and Mike was wrong.
There's a bug where if you go back and look at your completed missions, it'll say 1 out of 5. So the best way to check if you've done all of them is there's actually a counter in it, and it looks at what you've done. But if you go into all of your completed missions, look at each of them. Each mission has a different payout. I can't remember what they exactly are, but something like 10k, 12.5k, 15, whatever. And as long as you've got all 5 of those payout levels, then you're good.
Do you have to? Can you have shared and assisted, or do you have to get it yourself and
Yes.
then do it?
Yeah, you could have assisted as long as you were in a party when it completed the mission.
That's fine then. I'm happy.
Yep, I got all 5. The other way to tell is that when you get the mission pop up for you, if you've not done all 5, it will show the correct number. It's only after you accept it that it'll be wrong. So if you've done all 5, I think it shows 6 of 5.
Yeah, so for me it's a 6 out of 5. The other thing is if you've done all 5, you won't get the priority mission pop up anymore. You'll only be able to get it by joining other people.
Yep.
An overachiever you are. 6 out of 5. 5 out of 7.
I think me and my org all hopped in about half an hour after the announcement and did like 30 of the missions back to back for each other.
Well, they're good fun as missions.
Yeah, it's really good.
work,
I
yeah.
just spent the entire time loot gobbling in. I think I dumped at least 150 bodies.
Whoop.
After we were done.
Apocalypse, welcome to the garden. Thanks for chatting.
Done worse.
Said, I don't know, kind of like the part of Star Citizen where the lack of content allows you to create your own. Yeah, but we would like that.
I'm gonna say, drop 'em over
You know,
on
we
some
would like that as well as finished content to enjoy. You asked a question about before you make a real purchase? Sure. What's up, Restless Tiger? I think you have to blow up one of the servers to get the heavies to spawn. I'm good at blowing things up. Chat is very helpful here. You can always ask questions in chat. They should get you. Sometimes they can bully you a little bit, but I think that's generally reserved for me. If you could cut up, does your hanger change to the one of the upgrade, or do you keep the original? If you cut up CCU, if you CCU and get a new ship, you should get the hanger from that new ship once you apply the CCU, from what I understand. But I'm bad at CCU stuff, so chat. Quantum sensitive deliveries will be coming back, yes. We'll probably hear about those at Inside Star Citizen tomorrow.
That's that case.
Hey, it's a Morphologis. Whoa. What's up, Andy? I didn't know they were gone either, but they will be definitely here with the new cargo update.
And your taxi has arrived.
That much I think we can almost confirm. Don't move a muscle. Should probably put a scope on this thing. Hey, love that how I can't actually see the interface to apply the scope. It's like off the side of my screen.
Can we get a
Hello.
share real quick?
Mission share?
What's the matter? You're wearing like the
Mission share,
same
just
model.
fine.
Yeah, this is our orc armor. We mixed together True Death and Morosov.
This
6
isn't
of 5.
this isn't our org armor, but I'm wearing it. I'm not representing. I don't know what happens to them. Oh right, I got bugged, so I had to drop my org armor.
Nice.
I'm not bring. I could have brought you another set more, but it's stored on my ship now and somewhere else.
It's all good.
The C2's in Thurston somewhere.
Have you noticed that if you're in a party with someone, and you're holding the gun lowered, you pass over them, it will drop to a lower position, so you can't
Yeah.
shoot them accidentally?
Yeah, it doesn't let you flag people with your barrel.
That's new. Yeah, I like that they added that.
Oh, is that new?
It's very cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gun safety, quite nice.
Although
that's a
mine's
shame.
bugged now, mine's just aiming in the air.
It doesn't.
But it doesn't work
feel-
if you're ADS.
It also doesn't
I'm
feel
not
as.
ADSing. Oh no, the Gallant doesn't work. That's right. The Gallant's bugged. I remember that.
Gallant's the commissar's weapon.
Yes. You will be at the end of my barrel, sir.
An LH86 with a
You
silencer.
at
What
mine.
does this even sound like? Where's my ammo?
Pew 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 pew
The
pew.
LH86 is really quiet, isn't it? All the suppressed pistols and small arms are really, really
But
quiet.
yeah, it's
now.
in my
already-
barrel more.
It's already pretty quiet.
With the P6 or the P8, sorry, the SMG is like sounds like a typewriter, if not quieter.
All right.
It basically
we
sounds
are-
the same. I'm loaded on the elevator.
Man, at the
Yeah,
end
ready.
of this year, guys, Star Citizen is going to be so different than what it is today. It's going to be wow,
Yeah.
it's going to be almost unrecognizable.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
Like the
pretty
difference
freaking big
between the
change.
well, like the difference between the 2.6 patch and the 3.0 patch.
Yeah, actually.
I feel
Although
like-
we did have that cool landing HUD in Flash, that was awesome for ships.
I feel like
during
we've
that
had
time.
a talk at the beginning of every year for the last like 3 years about your feelings about the year, and this is probably sounds like the best you're feeling about it.
I mean, aren't you? Were you feeling as
Oh, yeah.
positive before? Like, I'm like, for me, this is the most positive I felt in a long time.
Sorry, Mark.
Yeah.
Optimism, it's palpable.
It is palpable because I mean, I think it's well justified. I mean, they're
can
just
see
on the
it.
cusp of so many great steps forward.
Not only can we see it,
and-
we're
and-
playing it.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Evocati's playing it at least.
Ibukati's playing it. Yeah. Like this particular patch we're playing right now, still mostly like what you might have played 3-4 years ago if you're playing.
The FPS is definitely better. I'll give it that, but there's still a lot to be desired. I mean, just the
You know,
little
you
tweaks
say-
have been better.
You say that, but there's a little bit of bias there because we as Star Citizen players, especially as content creators, are continually upgrading our PCs.
Server room clear.
Oh no, I mean the FPS experience. not
yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah,
frames. My frames are much better though because I have gotten to finally upgrade it. I've been running on like some older hardware up until just recently. Last year I got to upgrade finally from my 1080 Ti. This year I upgraded from my 10700K processor. So I've only just started to experience Star Citizen in a more normal kind of speed. And I like it.
All right. If this is you said this is a 3 of 5 or 4 of 5?
It's 4 or 5.
For me, it's 5.
Like,
The assigned
it's
one-
an actual 4 or 5.
Yeah.
You need to. Okay, I can start the mission. Are we all ready?
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 Okay,
I will-
I'm gonna be grabbing a regular key card for this, so just a warning, this could spawn a lot of stuff.
All right. Do we have a SCU box anywhere for loot?
No, we don't.
Shame. We'll have to bring one for the next one.
All right, so you know how this runs. We're gonna need people running around like mad people trying to keep these servers under control. What role do you want to play right now, Tomato?
I can I'll just shoot people.
Do you want to do the pressy button job, or do you want to do
Wait, is that AI?
the running around job?
It's targeting me, so it must be.
Oh, no, he's
Was
muted himself.
definitely AI, yeah. Did I mute myself? My
He's
bad.
running around.
I was saying I can shoot people.
All right, you do the shooty bang bang job. All right, I'll do the pressy button job. Sorry, it gives me more time to talk. Demico, by
Yeah.
the way, this patch
Oh.
is particularly good.
This would be a great time for some backpack reloading.
Oh
The
yeah,
Demico's
next
always
patch.
been really good.
What just happened? What? Oh, there we go. Finally. Okay, there's a little bit of a delay.
How do I think they're going to handle reinforcing distribution centers? Do I think the reinforcements will
tomato-
have to
tomato
traverse
muted.
from outside
Common.
or make their way in?
Apparently, it's like wasted.
I think it'll be both.
Indeed.
I think it'll be both elevator
No,
spawn
well, they
points
buffed
and
it.
ships.
The Demico got buffed and the FS9 got debuffed in 322.
The FS9 got turned into what it should have been.
Players
to
will
begin
probably
with, an actual support
reinforce
weapon.
their own groups from
LMG,
drop
sorry,
ships,
SMG with a bigger mag cap.
landing outside and moving inwards.
I forgot my not my suppressor, but my compensator. God dang it!
So I guess I will stick to like the
It's fine,
bottom
some of us
floor.
don't need to.
I'll be shooty on the
You got
bottom
the-
floor.
All right, you got bottom floor. All right, guys, make sure you got some quadrants. Maybe 2 up, 2 down, since we got 4 people out there.
Sure. I got Pickles down here with me. Would you like to take a certain side, Pickles?
All
I
right,
don't
we
mind.
got. It's happening. It's happening. Server
I got a code for you.
445. Go ahead.
Good.
90646. So the way this works is there are, I think there's 6 on each floor. So when I was doing this by myself, I just ran circles around each floor and waited for a screen to go blue. As long as you know where they are, you can just kind of work your way around.
Just did
There are
them
a good deal
solo.
of them, though. If
Yeah.
it is possible for 2 or even 3 to go off simultaneously, and that's when things get really hairy. So
Yeah, you kind of That's the point of the loop. You catch all of them as you go around. But yeah, I did the first 3. So
I don't think this is necessarily a test bed for distribution center missions, because those seem like they're the missions that they've already been making, like data heists, which this is the data heist mission. But I do think this might be a test bed for longer-term global events that run over weeks rather than running multiple times over the course of days. It's basically a one-shot global event that takes place for a long time rather than all at once.
What is it?
817 is 721.
I got 445s, 4.
You had stopped playing a year ago because the frame rate was so bad. Around 15 to 20. You came back for this patch and you're getting around 40 outside, city side. On your laptop, wow. Yeah, the Gen 12 improvements have helped a lot.
Like, they've got a lot of really cool special effects.
They got that.
What is
smooth,
that?
didn't they?
Yeah, it's
What?
like it melt. Like you can see it melt, and like there's like cool smoke coming out of it and sparks.
What has special effects?
Yeah. When the
Server
servers
destruction.
explode.
Ah.
No. Got another one overheating.
Looking,
This
I'm
one's 817?
looking. Gotcha. You got a code of 7943. That's 7943.
There we go.
Cracking out the airline pilot voice, are you?
Yeah, please shut the hell up. We're about to land. Thank you.
Thank you, Flying Air Tomato.
Yes.
Oh wait, that's not the right one.
Is this one?
That's out-
Yes.
There it
This
is.
is your pilot speaking.
Did I hear a Mandible Man button?
I don't. Oh,
Mandible Man. Hi there.
Not
Oh
again.
god. Oh god.
Oh, what the hell you doing there, Morpho boy?
I just finished paying off the therapy sessions.
Half you was important to change your voice, do you? That's a bit of a skill issue.
Mandible Man needs to make his return.
He needs to return for IAE again.
You're going to Citizen Conlo.
This is actually
You,
already
you
a mission
want
that
to
you can
make
get in the
it
Moby Glass.
756.
If you work your way up the mercenary missions, I believe, the data heist mission, it is a unlawful mission, but it's the same thing as this, basically. Not quite the same, but you're still doing these hack into mainframe kind of stuff.
No, I got it.
Don't leave them in the elevators. Do they block the other guys?
6330. Wait, what?
Hope the FSR, etc. will get some of the laptop buddies back in the game.
Server performance ain't great right now.
Yeah, FSR should help a lot.
Which one's overheating?
Whatever their thing is, TES or whatever.
694 is 397.
You want the armor? Oh, I'm not super connected to the armor right now. We don't even have an SCU box, so I don't. Yeah,
We are nearly. Did we finish that one?
the other players will want the armor.
Oh, not yet.
Is
It's
it like
very
valuable?
slow. No, server
Oh, I see.
performance
Is this
hasn't been
Xenothreat armor?
in general recently.
What's up, Gumbo? How's it going?
But I cannot wait for the server meshing test. Dear God. Overheating.
Samesies.
Got the code?
Okay.
1042.
Is it trying to tell us something? Squadron 42?
October.
1.0?
CitizenCon.
That's what's happening. Yep, it is 1042. That's it.
I think that's
What's
actually
happening,
10
guys?
pound 42. The YouTuber.
Oh, maybe they're trying to tell us that there's an upcoming performance video being released by 10 pound 42. I'm looking for that.
I've never heard of this guy. I don't know why I'm getting into it.
Can I describe what? Oh yeah, sorry. So you guys can't see what my teammates are doing. They're basically running around looking for screens that pop up with a blue message that tells us a code, and it can be any one of like about 50 screens out there. So that's why they got to keep running around and looking for them when they pop up. Oh,
Just looking for
overheating.
the blue screen to death.
694 is 5599.
Morph, I'm happy to swap if you want to show what the rest
Sure,
is like.
sure. Go ahead. Come on over. Meanwhile, these doors open up, and baddies come out, and
Baddies.
you're supposed to kill them. The Xeno threat. So the lore of this mission is that we are trying to collect data on Xeno threat for an impending invasion of the Stanton system from Pyro. So it's actually connected to the Pyro system. And the Xeno threat guys are kind of like space, space Nazis, a little bit like that.
Fascists.
Yeah, they're space fascists.
The phrase is
except,
looking for a xenophobe.
they hate aliens, like actual aliens.
Wait, but
And,
don't they also hate
they-
government? Do fascists hate
Need a
government?
code for server 817.
I'll go
Checking.
downstairs. So yeah, they're bad guys, and we gotta stop them. We gotta stop them unless you
They're
like
upstairs.
hating aliens.
Got a code for you, 8806, sorry. That's server 594.
Yeah, Xeno threat is like the
shit's different one.
cartoonish.
I'm still missing one for 817.
I do not have 817. I'll
76862.
Alright, Tomato, what was yours?
8806.
And what was the other one?
For 817, 6862.
Entered.
Confirm.
So these are the screens we're looking for.
Need a
right
code
here.
for 594.
Roger that.
We're looking.
Just trying to draw him out of the elevator rubble.
Now there's 3 people down here.
Going up.
Got your
I don't
code?
see it down here.
Ready?
Server 594 is 8479.
Entered.
What's up, Kev?
No. The Xenothreat are evil humans who want to kill aliens. They don't think they should be part of the UEE. They think they take up too many resources.
Yeah, they're
That we-
just
we-
like,
we should-
hey, UEE, aliens suck. Let us kill them.
So they're basically they don't like the Xeno threat. Like they're called Xeno threat, but they don't like Xenos threatening. I mean, think like Warhammer 40k. You know, like they hate all Xenos. They're all heretics.
Need a code for 694.
Got you. 1130.
They see the Xenos as the threat.
Yes, the Xenos are the threat.
Mission complete.
Hey, look at that.
There we go.
We're done. Good job.
What's up, Luna
wanna
Maria?
loot
Welcome
some
in.
armor? Go on
Welcome
in.
in. CIG is using XT Xenothreat as a scapegoat for their
I
servers.
forgot to equip my tractor beam.
Those dang servers. I'm not quite sure why we're hacking servers in here to get info on Xenothreat. Like who
There are tractor bots in here. Or am I gonna
who are the people we're taking this
There
info
might be.
from?
Look for a green box.
Is it the security? Then why aren't they just giving us the info? What is this?
Med
Trying to
box
set us
right
up.
there. I'm looking for a green box because I need one too. Actually, I forgot mine.
Now none, but in the future you
I
think you'll see
might
more
change
group play
time.
than not one now that once everything is a more polished state with higher player caps. Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
Nice stream you got going here. You're the first black streamer you have seen streaming Star Citizen. Hey man, there are quite a few of us.
See, not anyone. Not anyone is seen.
In fact, Ubdi's in the chat here. He's also streaming Star Citizen.
Not too.
Citizen Her, I believe, was streaming Star Citizen. Yo Meg, Soul Citizens,
Yeah,
Griffin,
so, I
Fast
think
Cart,
people are late to the party here. More viewers
Captain Serious Fun,
so it's worth mentioning
Pops
that
in
server
Space, and the
test on
boys at New
Friday,
Soul.
and a
You got
single
yeah,
server
quite a few,
can test multiple
quite a few
servers
black folks
connected
streaming Star
with
Citizen, and honestly, just people all over the freaking world.
That's gonna be
This game has gotten such good reach, despite its size. Signusion, Signusion, you stream?
Nobody will be able to show it to you. I'm sure
Hated that CIG don't add audio to this quest line.
I might find a way.
They're just data heist missions. They're just repurposed missions from before with a little lore thrown in. So not too much effort to put together, which is good. You know, reuse some stuff if you can. Is this a P8? Tis. I do love the P8. There's a lot of French too. Oh heck yeah. I think the French is the biggest non-English speaking community in the game. Might be German, but I'm pretty sure it's the French community. Only been playing for about 5 weeks, so could have something to do with it. Hey, no problem, dude. But happy to... Yeah, there you go. Mrs. Tomato dropping all the folks in here. Is that Griffin you mentioned? Seen him in my stream before. Yeah, Griffin streams. He is actually the leader of Soul Citizens, which is a large group with a lot of black folks who stream. There's a lot of P8s. I like a group that prefers P8s because that's my gun of choice. Gives me easy loot. But I'm going to wait till we have an SCU box before I start pulling this stuff. I do it. I am in fact black. Signosian, dude. I didn't know. You thought Germans? It could be Germans. You know? But, I mean, just look at my analytics real quick. At least in terms of our podcast. Yeah, no, you're right. At least in terms of our podcast, we get more from Germany. So at least interest level. Soul is in the star Soul. SOL citizens. You're from the UK. There's a single analytic. UK, I think, is the second highest country after the US. Yeah. Also UK. The UK boys.
Wait,
I mean,
they're testing
Star
right
Citizen
now?
is an
Couch Nugget? Are you
British
serious?
game, right?
Hold on, guys. Are you serious?
What?
Are they doing a stress test right now on Evo Copy?
Oh, this ship is so beautiful. Oh my gosh.
Not that I know of.
No, I can look at Evo chat, but I can't show you guys. 1 second. I want to look at Evo chat, but I can't show
Please
you my
hold.
screen.
The freaking
Please hold.
Spirit! Looks so good.
The Spirit is the prettiest ship they have ever had, by far and away.
Oh, Evo is 2000 because I heard there's an Evo test going on right now. Oh no, the build failed. They're not testing it now. They were just doing
Citizen
another
Her,
server
thank you for
test.
gifting out the sub. Oh, tier 2 sub to Kev the Pirate. Welcome to the community, Kev. Glad to have you with us. Hope you enjoy Star Citizen.
Right now, you freaked me out. I thought
We got good times around here.
test was. I was like, what? No.
Off topic, but how are things with your house in Turkey after the incident? We're making the house work. Our goal right now is still to just try and keep the house livable until we can move out. We are still working on getting the place we want to move to in a completed condition. Right now, it's basically just a bunch of rooms with cement and stuff. We're getting it painted. We're getting the doors, trying to get our bed and our bathroom and our kitchen and like everything actually made so we can move over there. But for now, we're here. This house isn't doing great though. We've literal mushrooms growing in the room next door because we cannot keep the water out of this house. Fortunately, we live on the coast, so it does rain every once in a while. When I say once in a while, I mean like every few days. So, we've got air purifiers, dehumidifiers. We're staying in the furthest reaches of the house from where the problems are, but ultimately the house is just not in a good place anymore. This place is, it's gotta go. I am an American, but I live in Turkey. It's part of why we, I think, have a lot of EU, European folks up in here. Strange that they do not talk about the localization of the squadron. Maybe it will not be like in GTA. What do you mean by that, Quebec? Greetings from Germany, Bavaria. Hello, Jack Yo. Kev, you've been addicted since day one. When did you get in? Mushrooms in the house is a bit of an extreme situation. Yeah, one of them is hanging from the ceiling. It's just... You have dual citizenship with Turkey? No. They don't do that. I freaking wish they did, but they don't. Oh my god, if they did, that'd be so convenient.
I think there's a few
As
problems.
much as I love my spirit, I'll get on the C2.
Where's the
Oh, the
C2?
Spirit
Oh shit.
is currently my favorite. Oh, what the
Yeah, the
hell?
Spirit is.
Yeah.
Oh god,
I've been flying the
Wow.
hell out of my
I
Force
love a
Design
Spirit.
recently.
but like not in the
It's
creepy way.
arguably my second favorite ship, but it's still pretty.
Homeowners insurance in Turkey? Not for this. Here in this part of Turkey, we are very used to earthquakes, so there's insurance for that. But a hurricane has basically never hit this part of the country or any part of the country. I mean, it happens, but like every couple hundred years, maybe. So this is not something that's prepared for. A Spotify Turkish lira sub is like $1 USD a month. Yeah, the economy, the currency it's been rough. Yeah, the allergies is not good. Mrs. Tomato has some mold allergies, which is annoying. Not her allergies, just the fact that we have mold in a house. It's not fair to her. Because when we got here, there were cats, and she also has allergies to cats. It's rude. It's like a targeted harassment by the ether. Much too early, you started supporting the channel because you enjoyed the routine. Now streams are ending by the time you catch them. Our streams, these? Our streams will generally be going until about 8 o'clock this time, so another 2 hours from now.
They're space racists. Just saying, that's what they are.
Yeah, we don't own this house. Thank God. We going to Manchester for the Citizen Con this year. It's looking like we're going to have more stuff to focus on. You know, we do want to go to Citizen Con. It's a great time, and we're looking forward to covering it. But I think physically going there might be a bit much this year. Built a new PC 2 months ago, as old one was struggling with gaming and streaming. I get that. Yeah, the single PC stream is really difficult with this game too. Crime Baby one more time. Thank you for gifting out 5 subs to the good folks on Twitch. Welcome to the sub club, my friends. Much love to you. I hope you're enjoying the stream. We do want to go. We're going to try to go. Jeez.
Or
Right.
not Space Wolf, Space Tomato.
Yes.
Tomato. I'll just call you Tomato. Tomato.
That is easier. There's a lot of people with space in their name.
Yeah.
Funny that.
We all like space games. so
Crazy. It's just weird.
sense has been made.
All right, sharing the mission.
It's that
Received.
close.
Once again, 6 of 5. Of course, that makes perfect sense. Okay, very good.
Five
very
of
good.
five.
There are a lot of cats in Turkey, right? There are
No, it
indeed a
is
lot
5
of cats
5,
here,
but
yes.
It shows up
Yep.
as 6 as 5 because the game.
6 of 5 for the
But they're
rest
not
of
like,
the stream.
you know,
It was that close. We
her
could've
allergies, like
done
as long as she's not locked in a room with them for a bunch of hours and it's hair.
We could
like,
have
we
actually.
can-
Wow, it's
we can come across
we're
cats
lucky
outside.
It's on the same planet. Oh, by the way.
No, I'd say
seeing as
a
how this
couple
is your
minutes in a room.
mission, Timid, you got dibs on if the Xenothreat man himself comes out, the heavy armor with the Mantis helmet.
Hey, gonna take him
gotta
out
take
with
that
my
with you.
silenced LH-86.
I'll recap for those of you guys who don't know, including you, Tomato. The Mantis helmet is currently not purchasable in Star Citizen. You can't get it anymore, I believe, with the Mantis, which was what it came for its initial sale. And aside from that, I don't think you can even get it in loot boxes. So
The
it's
Wow.
a pretty cool helmet.
the Xenothreat one also has a higher damage resistance than the normal one.
Oh, does it?
also has
30% compared to 10%.
It also has a big cross on the visor saying "shoot here."
That's fine.
Yeah, there is the. I mean, there is a
Ooh,
statement
yeah.
of if we use the big. If we use the not the like the auto card, but if we use a tiger claw, we might get a few.
I think I ran out of tiger claws, by the way.
I've
so
got
if
one.
anybody's
Need a toe emote. Oh,
Oh, what the?
I
Beauty.
didn't hit anything, and it said I hit something.
We are all dead. There goes
Oh,
We're all
boy.
very dead.
I think this is
That
like
would
the
have been a
third
desync
time.
with the probably the R inside the
Did you
cargo
turn
hold.
the engines off more?
It was off. It was completely off.
That's probably the third time I've died from a random ship explosion over the last couple weeks.
I think this is the
This
first
must
time I've
work.
died this patch.
Ooh.
Okay, I shall now retract my earlier statement that the game has no issues or has had few issues this year. There are a few. There are some.
No
Now
issues.
I'm on the other side of the damn system.
Oh.
On my fast
So it begins.
I am not
Where?
responsible for that. Wait, what? No,
Do
we're...
we?
Oh, we are across the system, aren't we?
Yup.
An arm, am I?
We're on Seraphim.
That's
I'm an
fine. I
artist,
know my
for
armor here.
fuck's sake.
Some people
My
did sensible.
armor.
Wait. No, I'm on Microtech.
Uh-oh.
Why?
So what was it? Was some
How
people
do-
did sensible things?
I
How do I
set my
escape the
respawn
hospital
on
and
the
you ravage?
planet. I set my respawn on no. I set my respawn on the station. Oh my god! It didn't work.
Star Citizen hates you.
Star
Okay.
Citizen. I definitely went. I went to the station. I went to buy Genie first, and I set my respawn.
Yeah, I know. I watched you.
Now we've all been sent across the system. It's like a fun
We're
little
just
game of
just
where
fine
to
and
meet.
dandy. Who's got the faster ship?
I mean, with claim time, but I still got a TS2.
Great. I'm actually on Orson. I'm not even. Okay.
Here.
But by the way, Tomato, how are you feeling about the character customizer in 323? I haven't talked to you since I remember at CitizenCon. You were super excited to see that info, and now
Yeah, I'm
now it
pumped.
looks like you're getting that stuff in 323. At least some of it,
Yeah,
not all
well,
of it.
it's looking like more than I kind of was expecting. I thought their first update would be 323 with like some of the stuff. But I'm very excited to see how much of the character customizer is actually coming in 323. I mean, it looks
I
like
think what really
basically
struck-
all that they want to do.
It's not everything though. I
not-
remember
yeah.
there were some hairstyles and faces that are missing from this. Like it looks like we're gonna still have the basic faces we have now, just a new blending system and then some additional selections for hair, skin, and facial hair.
Yeah.
That's
Can I
my
have
read on it.
Can I have
Well,
super
my
long
character
hair?
is
That'd be
now
nice.
broke.
Broke or broken?
Yeah, a
Broke.
lot of the hair and skin stuff is just, that more detailed kind of stuff that we just haven't gotten to even think about in Star Citizen before.
Indeed.
And then you can
So I'm
save your character. So you
Yeah,
can
the
finally
exporting of the character.
Yeah.
I don't want to derail this conversation. I'm gonna keep having it. I just want to make sure. Odie, are you out of money?
Oh no, I got plenty.
All right. Well, oh, sorry. Was that
The
Wombat? Are
Wombat's
you out
out,
of money?
yeah.
Wombat,
I
you're out
ain't
of
got
money.
money.
All right. I can.
I got money. I'll send you some.
I asked people to donate last time to the org coffers, so I've got money from. I'm technically an org bank now a little bit. So let me send you
Odie,
some
you
money.
only left without me.
No, I'm getting ammo.
Oh, you're getting ammunition.
Anybody else need a little?
Not
bit
even
of money
8 a.m. and
to-
you'd already
to
been
buy
streaming for
kit
81
when you
minutes.
get-
Yeah, we changed the stream time.
I prepared.
So that
I bought
we're not
20
streaming in
sets
late into
of
the night
my
over
kit.
here. So it does start a couple hours earlier,
I
or a
went
few
down.
hours earlier. Unfortunately, that is how things go when we move from
All right, Odie, that should get you
one
going.
of the two countries.
What? Did you send me money?
Yeah, we're originally from the.
Oh,
Well,
damn it.
I'm
I
from the
mean,
Bay
I
Area.
was about to say that-
This is where Mrs. Tomato is from. Remember, playing in a group, remember to set your spawn points. I do know he reset his spawn point because he was very adamant about everybody setting their spawn point. So I'll back him up there. But you know how Star Citizen be. If your spawn standing in a bed, holster your tractor, then menu log. Like inside of the medical bed. Dang it. I need a freaking undersuit. No, cargo center. There we go. Looking forward to 323? Absolutely. I'm so freaking pumped for 323.
I'm gonna send you a little money, then you send me some money. Yeah, that's
I've not been more excited for a patch, ever. 3.0? No. because I didn't know how significant 3.0 was when it happened. This one though, this freaking update. Oh my gosh. Like, you could just give me an update with the star map and I'll be excited. Merhaba Murat, how you doing? Your ship hasn't randomly exploded in at least a year. Alex, are you a hacker?
No, I actually have one. I'm looking at one right now.
Any GII members planning to play today? There is a event, a Master Modes gaming session planned for GII in a few hours. I'll see you there if you jump in.
All right, I did derail the conversation, but I want to go back to it. We can save and export our character's custom look. So that way, like, we have continuity between patches, which is something we don't have right now.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a lot for, like, for role players, obviously, but just also having a personal connection to your character. So I'm glad that we're about to see, we're starting to see that kind of development in the game, like an actual MMO feature.
Basically never chose my appearance. I just pick whatever's the default. Now I'll actually choose my appearance.
Why bother, right?
Yeah.
Just give me long hair. I want really long hair.
And I think with like all the customization that's coming in, even with 323, like all this, like all the different things you can do with like skin tone and the mixing and the hair color and how you can separate the hair color out, you're gonna really want to save that because you're probably gonna spend a lot of time getting it how you want it, and you're not want to lose that when they do another reset.
Yup.
So
I'm just looking forward to stretching that customizer to its absolute limit.
Oh, you're gonna be one of those.
Everyone's gonna be running around as either a Joker or Shrek, or Nigel Thornberry, and there will be no one else.
Nigel Thornberry.
See, this is, as somebody who enjoys the immersion of a game, this is one of the reasons why I'm thankful they decided to do it the way they've decided to do it.
Yeah, they've kind of
Having
kept it
played
within constraints, like real.
Yeah,
looking.
there are reasonable constraints. You can still get some interesting looking characters, but they're not going to be like Nigel Thornberry or something.
You say that, Morph, but you forget we are the internet player base. We will find a way.
Maybe they
I spend 23 hours a day breaking things.
Maybe they scanned in Nigel Thornberry's face.
Smashing.
Mm.
Smash.
Oh, we did a thing the other day. We grabbed a load of the Squadron 42 characters and ported their head information onto our Star Citizen characters. So I had like I was playing. My head was just Mark Strong.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's gonna be a thing too. People are just gonna take the. We're gonna see Mark Hamill a lot.
If those leak, can people actually?
West Coast shouldn't have to wake up at 5:30 to catch the stream. Y'all are 10 hours behind us, and we start at 5. Should be a 7 a.m. start time for the West Coast.
I don't know. However, if it's possible to,
right?
Yeah, if I have a look and understand the format, then there's
I just it's India time.
Into character creator presets.
Yeah, 5 p.m. for our time is 7 a.m. on the West Coast. Why bother when it gets reset every patch? Cause now you can. Oh, you're saying beforehand? Yeah, exactly. There's no point.
Yeah, I don't think.
What do I think it would take to make the planets orbit the sun? Oh God, I don't know. That's gonna have a lot of complications in travel, definitely. It feels like one of the last things they can do, but the economy, like a lot of stuff would get affected by that. Think I got the wrong gun there. I don't have a. I guess I could go get the tractor beam. I don't even need this. Just kind of threw it on there because it looks cool. But I don't have anything here. And for whatever reason, our corp doesn't have weapons sales at their station.
Someone's trying to and make Tomorrow Morris.
Steve Harvey. Space Steve Harvey.
Oh my god.
And called.
Not really excited for 323. That will be a disaster. You're waiting for 0.2 more likely. Why do you think it'll be a disaster? Just because there's so many features?
TC, isn't it? I think it is TC actually. Yeah.
Hundreds of Chris's and Jared's.
Better bet on that.
You know, Morph, what I'm interested in seeing with this character customizer, I'm guessing this happens in other games, but people who have like a a service or like somewhere where you can ping them, maybe make a request and send them a picture of somebody, and then they'll make that character for you, export the file, and send it to you. Because some people got to be really, really good at the character customizer and use that as like their content creation or something.
That's a really cool market idea. I know somebody in this particular room will be all over that.
The Nigel Thornberry enthusiast.
Now, Talia loves doing those types of projects of trying to get things to look like she does things in Space Engineers that look phenomenal.
That's cool.
To
I
look,
am not
yep.
alone in that. I have a team. You've got
All right,
Leo
I know.
and HT Leggett. We work together. We all got our strengths. It's a fun community.
Y'all need to work together to build the best Jared in the customizer.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
no, that's
God.
definitely going to happen. People are going to be running around with Jared. They actually do have in the presets. One of them is Chris Roberts already, so you know someone's going to get that looking exactly like Chris.
Citizen number 1.
What do you guys want to meet up on another C2 when you get back here, or what do you think?
Potentially.
I don't even see
I'm
where
just
you
gonna
are.
find the fastest trip to
Counterpoint.
get over to you. What's
we
up?
bring a carrot so we can respawn on it.
Ah, that's an
She makes a
excellent
valid point.
I have a
We
carrot
didn't die
with
like last time.
a Pontes here at Seraphim, so I'll go up to Seraphim and QT over to you guys.
All right.
But you can make best speed to the location and just wait outside of it, and I'll land the carrot there if you want to.
Yeah, I'll just fly
be
around and pew pew.
expeditious.
I have like nothing here because our corp, weirdly, as the commercial component construction conglomerate of the system, doesn't sell anything at their space station. So I'm just gonna.
All right, this is a really interesting question. I'm sorry, it's a little off subject, but I think you might be able to fill in some information here too, Tomato. This is going to be something that I think would be worth talking about. The customer, the creator in context, the character creator in context of other games, is adjusting your body type by like say 20%.
Mhm.
They had actually talked about this in the past and why that's not the case. If I remember correctly, the reason why they've not done it is because they would have to make custom rigs for like every seat in the game, like every ship in the game, like all 200 of them, and like all the animations and everything. They would have to modify every single animation in the game to make different size bodies.
Yeah.
Don't forget the armor.
Yeah.
And the armor too.
The
Yeah, the armor is another big problem.
The pilot seats, the hit boxes for shooting, oh my gosh, so much.
Not to mention, people would start making dwarves because smaller hitbox.
Yeah. Yeah, and like all the ships would be. It'd be weird. No, everybody
there
is
are ways
just.
around that programmatically, animation-wise. You can do. There's a technique where you can set essentially points on a character model and also where you want an animation to hit, and the game will essentially fill in the blanks and sort of interpolate that animation to fit any shape. Unfortunately, that does also result in rather jank animations, but it does work. Then I understandably I get why they don't want to do that.
I do think it's also the clothing and armor, though. I think that's another big problem that's been highlighted.
But my
that'd
fidelity.
be a lot harder to scale correctly.
Or if I eat so many Benny's noodles and they don't reflect that when I'm sitting around doing my space trucking for a couple months, I want to put out a bit of a belly, you know?
Yeah, but
A few pounds.
No one's born anymore in this universe. We're all just flesh clones, right?
Gross.
I will say this though, if they do want to claim the crown of being the best character creator in the industry, I do think that they would have to do something like that at some point in the future. But for this like 1.0 goal release, I don't think it's necessary. Gameplay is more important.
It sounds like I almost said Desert Storm Online. Black Desert Online is what people generally say is the go-to character customizer in the industry. Because I don't know, man. I look at how do you decide what makes a good character customizer?
I mean, being able to personalize it I think it's about being able to customize it to a character that envisions your image of a character. And part of that should include basic human attributes that might be desirable. So like height, weight, body shape, skin, hair, eyes, like all those things. They should like. I think the best character creator would have the ability to toggle and change all of those parameters,
I mean,
not just a limited number.
The ones I've seen that does it really well. The one I've seen that does it really well is the modded Red Dead one.
Mhm.
So Red Dead has a modding scene. Anyway,
Coffee and
long story
noodle
short,
interaction.
They have a very, very good character creator. You can shorten things, make them
I at least
taller,
want to be able to
body
make my
weight,
booty look
size,
better in the game. Holy crap.
concentration,
This
etc.
freaking flat ass.
It's to a stupid level of you can basically
Where is
make
it?
look like whatever you want.
Where's that butt? Where's that tomato butt?
More for you.
Look at
again,
that.
Seraphim.
Yeah, I will, but I need.
I'm trying to represent myself. Come on.
And get
Hey.
my Kirk. So I'm getting into a ship to fly up to it because I'm down on Orison
Kirk.
like an idiot.
Correct.
My Kirk. My Kirk. Gotta get my Kirk.
If that's the case.
Yeah, but like games like wrestling games don't have to deal with a whole lot of outfits for for characters to go between every single character in the game. So like there's like say for example you've got a mission where you've got a certain type of loot that everybody wants. There needs to be a different size for that loot so everybody can wear it if it's like a wearable item. So the logistical issue of trying to make that work and make it look good in a high fidelity game is much higher, orders of magnitude higher than just trying to stretch a fantasy low texture thing. And I'm not actually Black Desert Online is really good. Like it looks really good, but they do, like someone pointed out, stretch things. It's just not as noticeable because there's a lot of detail on it. It's a fantasy texture. A lot of stuff in Star Citizen is more textured like real life things. So I think my guess is that you'd notice it much more clearly that they're stretching something.
Yeah,
as
a lot
opposed
more
to modeling it correctly.
solid surfaces, straight lines.
I think they also pride themselves on the animations as well. I think there's going to be a lot of that in Squadron 42, especially from what we've seen from the Squadron 42 announcement. If you notice, like they've got bespoke animations for everything.
I mean, doesn't mean they don't have custom rigs. They had to make a custom rig for the Giant.
They did, but that's different. Having a set number of different rigs to do versus having an infinite amount of them, so that it can be adapted to any size somebody makes, is a different story.
I mean, it's also a good demonstration point. Try and put that rig inside a cockpit, and you'll see why it doesn't work.
Pretty cool ship. The MK2.
Have you seen the hot tub?
Hot tub time machine?
Yeah. So the cargo bay in the Mark II it's kind of like a hot tub.
What?
And a guy in my community, I'll dig out the picture and send it to you later. But he rented it out as a hot tub with water and just a bunch of dudes chilling in it with beer.
I have not seen that. No. God, this ship looks so much better than the current Hornet. Holy crap.
Does. But another problem with the Mark I is that it hasn't been updated. It brought up to gold standard even. So they actually do need to go back and update the Mark I at some point.
Yeah, but even like just the shapes of this thing. I mean, I don't think the Hornet's a good looking ship, but
no, it's
this
not.
one I can
it
do
was the
with.
First ship.
I just still don't like the tail on it. It's so weird.
It was the ship in the Kickstarter back before there was even a game. It was the ship that Chris Roberts had taken part in programming to test the real time like thruster thing that they were working on at that moment to prove kind of have like a proof of concept that they could get it working in a video game. I don't know. Have you seen that video like from long ago?
I know, but like all of those first advertisements and videos were all Hornet based, so I believe that.
I sent both you guys that picture I was talking about.
Is that your Carrack I just seen spawn, the big blue one?
No, I'm not even there yet. I'm coming to land at Seraphim right now. I'm flying the Raven.
I might take the Prowler.
MK1 is cooler. Heathen.
Someone just spawned a carrot, I think.
Heathen.
Outside the hangar bay.
Thing that bugs you
I
about
might
the
take the
MK2
Prowler
is it's
and
not
go
gold
and pick the bodies
standard.
up if anyone wants to lift.
I feel like there's not much point in doing a gold standard ship before engineering is done. But they'd have to do gold standard once Maelstrom comes out again anyways, so I don't know. I don't know how they're choosing when to do that. But yeah, this ship probably should be as finished as it can be at this point.
Mark II F7A. There's only one. Originally, there was only one.
Makes it feel like a quick money grab.
Now it's gonna be.
I mean, it's certainly a sale for money.
He's really chill out about it, actually. I've been
This ship is the OG demo model he made as a proof of concept for the game. The reason it still looks this way is accused it's oldie but goldie, but also homage to SC's original pitch. Yeah. Yeah, it's just ugly.
He never got to lord that over anybody because it never got to the point where he could fly it. Did I land on somebody else's hangar? I think I landed in the wrong hangar and I got.
You like the weird swallowtail? I don't know.
Sorry.
It's a strange one. I do love the shape of this thruster though, and like the main body on this thing looks so good. Without that tail, I might blow the tail off myself with a gun to make it look cooler.
You can't park there, sir.
At this point, every ship they release is a money grab. That's a bit much.
Didn't I see a hanger marker for that? Didn't you guys see one? I swear I saw
That's actually pretty wild to say when they are contractually obligated to release these ships. Wow, this thing is fast.
No, I didn't hold the
Okay, let's not black out.
I'm out there. Right, I'm gonna get the carrot.
Ooh. Just going by the fact that 750 it said you'd been streaming for 81 minutes. I started early today so that I could join Morphologis because he starts earlier. He's in Taiwan, so
F8A coming in an event.
didn't start at the normal time.
At this point, everything's on the table.
Could be both fit in fat and still have your books reflect you. Your books? Oh, looks. I'm trying to be husky in Star Citizen. I eat my noodles.
They would do a Bengal. A Bengal is one of the few things they would not do.
Hangar 10. Oh man. I think the Bengal could even be on the table. And it
Whoa,
would be.
whoa, whoa.
I mean, yeah, I think,
Wait,
I think
what?
they could sell a Bengal.
What are you
potentially.
talking about? What?
Okay, I never thought they would sell the F8 or the Mark II.
But
they
the
said
Bengal?
they weren't going to sell the F8, and they did. And no, we never thought they were going to sell the Mark II, and they did. I think they'll sell the Bengal.
Well, they always said they were going to sell the Mark II. They never said they were going to sell the F7A.
I mean, if they ever did sell the Bengal, they have to sell it in parts.
Yeah, that would be
Get the
crazy
Bengal
if they sold the
starboard
Bengal.
engine.
Maybe it'll be there'll be a caveat to it, like it won't have any modules or something.
Even then, it's the biggest thing.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
they'd have to stick to the idea that the Bengal can't despawn if they're going to do that. But again, then they can't sell that. I don't think that would be reasonable to have that be linked to money. Because this ship's too big.
As far as I,
You can't be able to just store that.
as far as I know, the current idea with the Bengal, obviously subject to change, is that there are a certain amount. And you can control a Bengal, but you can't own a Bengal.
Yeah.
And you could find one, you could find a derelict one, you could steal one off an org, but yeah, you can never own a Bengal, you can only control one.
God,
Oh,
I hope
I-
it stays
Types
that
of
way.
Bengals.
I know that was the idea.
There are multiple types of Bengals. There's the Bengal carrier that we all know, and then there's the battle Bengal, which has massive turrets on it.
The Battle Bengal, there's what I want to say is almost a light variant of the Bengal carrier because it's got no it's got like not got the front hammer, if you get what I mean, on the bow.
It's got a bunch of battleship cannons.
I'm saying, yeah, but there's a variant of the carrier variant without like the nose on it, if you get what I mean.
Morpho waiting outside for you.
All right, coming out. The reason I say that is like a lot of you guys are a little like if you weren't here at the beginning of the stream, me and Tomato were talking extensively about the recently released UK financial report, which in it basically to summarize it for you, points out that the shares by private investment.
Oh, I know how to
withdrawn
avoid the
in-
blackouts.
Starting this
Thank you,
year
though.
in
Appreciate it.
2024 in a small amount, moving to 85% in 20.
Battle Bengal is a great band name. Battle Bengal, releasing Idris-sized thruster.
They're under a little bit more financial pressure now than they were before. other part of the financial report shows that they do owe over 120 million most likely, based on
Yeah,
the annual
But in
percentage.
cases of big businesses, especially international business, that is pennies.
Yes, but they don't have enough in their liquidable assets to pay back a full withdrawal.
That's not that
So-
uncommon though.
That's
There are,
It's not
most
uncommon.
businesses are asset rich.
Yeah, it's not really the
So-
point that like they're in any specifically terrible situation. Just more so the
No.
fact that like it exists.
Yeah,
Exactly. It's not. I'm not trying to sensationalize this information. The point is that they now have pressure where they didn't before, starting in 2024. So that's another reason I think why we're seeing more sales is they want to make sure that they are keeping their investors happy and that there's not going to be any withdrawals of those shares this year.
I mean, there's
So-
also the other alternative point.
Yo!
Even if it was worst case scenario.
Raiders, bebop. What's up? Welcome to the stream, my friends. How you doing? Good to see you. We're just chilling and chatting right now. I got Morphologis and a couple other friends in here, and we're taking on some missions, kicking back, having a good old time. You guys coming from Star Citizen? What were you up to? Didn't know you could dissipate G's. Yeah, if you're redding out, hold on. If you're blacking out, all you got to do is roll. And you can even still keep going the same direction as long as you roll. If you're redding out, same thing. Spin, and you can keep going the same direction. Wow, we got high fast. High on combat. We need an in-game radio or music player that lets us pull up the PLS files. A radio would be amazing. And allowing people to DJ on that radio would be freaking awesome. They have enough collateral to take a loan to oh, crap. Uh-oh. Okay, we're good. To cover a full withdrawal? Yeah, but they also got to pay for all these buildings that they made. They're trying to... God dang it. They're trying to hire 1,700 people, I think. Like, they've got bills to pay. Dang it! Oh, I didn't even hit anything.
I mean, 100%.
I didn't even hit anything after all that? They got bills to pay, though. There's no doubting that. I don't think they're in trouble or anything, but it is interesting to note that CIG is technically beholden to a private investor at some level in a environment where we've been very adamant about their ability to avoid private investment. Now, I think that those investors are very, very particularly chosen. The relationship that is had with them is solid, good, and there's a lot of understanding into how this project works. Those people are straight up on the board. Like, they get what's going on, but it is still a private investment. I think it's something people should know.
Now we know why Squadron 42 has had the timeline that it's had, why it was announced that it was feature complete last year, and that it's in polishing this year, giving them a whole year before 2025 to do their polishing.
We are aboard, Morphologis.
Yep.
Wait. Where are you aboard from?
We're
They're on
starting from
Seraphim.
Seraphim, and then we're going
Oh.
towards you.
Okay, cool.
Tamaj, what was your body wearing?
To the ASOP vehicle return
What was my body wearing?
Cody,
Do you want your stuff back? Because I can get it out from under here.
Oh,
the lift works
sure.
for you.
At the 890?
Welcome to the
Yeah, the
ASOP.
C2.
Or, sorry, at the C2? Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
Morph, we might be locked in the
Your insurance
Macro.
claim has been sent.
Really?
Thank you.
I'll come get you out in a second.
because the lift's not moving.
Yeah, definitely some cool radio stations. I know a few people who do radio here. Is Relay still on? No, that was the podcast.
Correct. So they
always forget
also-
their names.
They have to satisfy
Crash into his own
concerns
blackout
that they
texture.
might have this year that there won't be a delivery of any kind of product that could eventually give them a larger return on their investment, or any return, right? Because I don't think it's in anybody's interest to force CIG to go into bankruptcy or to force them to.
You're
sell
taking some
fast.
paid time off on Friday. Doing a stream that day. Got to get in a verse with you.
Get their feedback,
What is Friday?
but it does give.
I believe we're doing something on Friday.
But it's no longer the case.
Let's chat, my dude.
At least now we
Think-
know with
Alright.
certainty that it's no
Mrs.
longer
Tomato.
there's no
What's Friday's stream?
There is a time
Vehicle
limit.
select. Your vehicle has been delivered
How
to the
long that
following
time limit
The only
location.
issue with Squadron is they need to be careful when they start marketing. They ain't gonna attract the kids easily because kids these days are into multiplayer battle games. They should just market Arena Commander at them, to be honest. That's the beauty of it. They're gonna have a three-pronged marketing attack that they could have for Star Citizen. People who want MMOs, people who want single-player games, and people who want arena-based multiplayer games. It could really be something for them if they play the cards right. But yeah, younger people are not really the demographic.
They've already established what they're going to do.
Is that a toe? Let me change up my deaths real quick.
Any kind of report of some major fraud or an impending collapse of the company do.
Oh, we're up to 200 deaths finally. Only taken forever.
But that's not what's happening. There's the financial
When did I
report
start this
gave CIG a thumbs up for
file?
financials, reporting
File was created on December 29th, 2021. So in about 3 years, 3+ years, I've only died 200 times. That's actually not bad.
We're gonna have to shore up funding this year a bit before the end of the year and catch up a bit because they're behind 2022 in funding. But they
You were going to do solo role-playing gameplay. Ah. Abdi, would you like to join?
Sales and why I think they might sell the Bengal.
The Bengal would have to be something like 10 or 12,000 though.
Yeah, I think they should have released Arena Commander for free on Steam too.
The Pegasus.
100% agree.
Yes, but that would require
They can't just market to adults over 30. Well, I wasn't thinking that. I mean, I think of kids as, under 18. But a large part of their player base is basically 20-year-olds to 40-something-year-olds. People who can afford these computers.
Wouldn't sell that one.
I'm not
Space
saying
Wolf,
anything
did you need a
about this
ride?
one.
Sorry.
Space Wolf is no longer in here. Let me pull him back. Space, are you all right?
Yeah, I was just talking to Ginger.
Do you need a ride?
Did he want to join us or?
I mean, I don't think he'd be opposed.
Well, he's welcome to pop in if he wanted to. But you have to catch up. We're just gonna go
Yeah.
straight to this mission after we pick up Tomato.
And me.
Oh, I can...
Maybe you.
I'll fly straight to the mission. Don't worry about me.
Rude.
You're going straight to the mission?
Yeah, I have a ship. I can just meet you guys there.
All right. Let me see. Ginger, do I have you on my friends list?
I don't think you do, no.
Go ahead and add me.
Yeah, me and... I
Give me
can...
an
Hold
invite.
on. I can hop in a ship with Space Wolf, and we can grab a ship and fly over there so you guys don't have to stop here first.
Sure.
C2 or C1?
My personal hope is that they'll make a Crusader capital ship. Yeah,
Oh, yes, please, Gib.
that would sell like hotcakes.
I
Like
wanna-
you wouldn't believe.
I want to see a
Carrier.
consolidated Outland capital ship.
They already have one, the Pioneer. That's not fair. They've
What
got
am I
one.
gonna do with that?
Give me my
Capital
Asperia
Blast.
ship.
They can make a
Asperia class.
variant.
Well, I mean,
Asperia class
didn't-
battleships.
Didn't Crusader have the biggest like carrier thing? Because they used to do all the utility stuff. So it's like it would make sense if their capital was their big carrier.
It would.
True.
My point
true.
stands. Give me
The Jupiter?
my Asperia capital ships.
And someone points out Anvil would be a fantastic capital ship maker, I think.
Anvil would be cool.
True.
Back when they
Don't
were
need to capture,
describing...
they are, yeah.
Back when they were going over the details of the Pioneer, they were saying that consolidated Outlands capital ships are meant to look like space stations that fly. And I wish that we could see more of, because the Pioneer is one model, right? We've seen a bunch of different ships from different companies and kind of gotten a chance to see how weird those companies can get. I can't imagine what they could come up with that description. A space station that flies.
I mean, the Endeavour's like the only thing we've seen that looks like a space station that flies.
Yeah,
That's about
I think the Pioneer kind of fits it. But again, I don't want to build stuff.
Something very bizarre just happened to me.
Do tell.
I started quantuming sideways.
I noticed that.
I
Like,
know
Like, are
what
you
just happened.
drifting more?
Is that
It's,
technically a
it's
four-dimensional
quantum
drift?
drift. Yeah, quantum drift.
I think so.
Deja vu.
You beat me
Game
to it.
became very confused.
Deja vu intensifies.
Javelin variants could be another fun way to.
I
do some-
mean,
no, but we
we
need
do
other
need-
capital ships.
We need a ship that competes with the Idris and a ship that competes with the Javelin. Because it can't
And the
just be
Polaris.
the Javelin being the be-all end-all.
Yeah, RSI's already got enough capitals. After this, you know what? RSI
Seriously.
doesn't need any more capitals. Please, thank you.
Yeah,
I mean, my
we
point
need
stands. We need an Asperia capital ship for the Tevrons. We need Anvil. I mean,
Anvil first, because Anvil's probably got more of a lineup, so they could actually get that one a lot quicker.
Anvil could do it. They have most of the hull insides.
Give me my Legionnaire. Oh wait, sorry, Liberator. I always get those two confused.
They're named wrong anyway.
Yes, they are.
Which the name
Yeah,
is right.
Liberator is a weird name for a vehicle
Or they could
transport.
always go back to selling land claims.
Don't you dare.
Don't give him
Yes,
ideas,
such a
please.
thing.
I'm going to kill someone.
Because on this day, Morph found out what happens when you get shot in the back while on a pilot seat.
I'm assuming he was reading chat. That's why he's not dead already.
The land claim stuff is dumb because they didn't even sell land. They just sold the ability to get it at some point.
Yes.
Like, it's not even a benefit.
A promise of a promise in true CIG fashion.
I've muted the turret since I'm here.
Again,
I mean, is it their
space
fault?
building will be fun, but come on, CIG, could you have fucked up even more? It was a bad
Yeah.
If you're gonna sell land, at least sell a JPEG of said land.
True, I want to see
I
a
wanna
picture
see
of
it.
my mountain.
They sold a
If you did
JPEG
it
of a
on April
beacon.
Fools, I would have laughed, but you did.
Oh yeah, it was a beacon, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There's a ship to starboard more, so it's not on sensors.
If
I
I
see it,
buy the
yeah.
land, do I get a title with it?
I'm in the server, guys. I
The
could
lad.
add more from the menu though.
So, you guys, before you go down, should set your respawn here on the Carrack.
Come
Coming
on.
in a little hot, the carrot's not that.
The Carrack is fine.
If I see a Carrack hit the hill in front of me, I'm going to laugh.
I know what I'm doing. I'm an expert Carrack pilot.
We're dead.
You hope they
So
sell
dead.
land claims, you'll buy one? I think they'll sell apartments and
Best
stuff.
Carrack pilot in the verse. Watch me.
How long are we in Turkey? Till the end of the year, likely. Till, like, the last quarter of the year, I mean. Not like the very end of the year.
Look at me. Look at how I land on these rocks. It's so elegant.
What about the Kraken? Oh, that's a good capital ship. People want that one.
Okay, I'm gonna back up a little bit. Are you guys still stuck up?
Just
on
like selling ships, though, something you can get in game but choose to pledge instead. Yeah, my point is that people were angry because they thought that people were getting some exclusive land that put them at an advantage over everyone else. And I'm like, no, they're gonna get the land at the exact same time as everybody else. The sale was basically
Argo
useless.
Dick and Fikit will just be
You
seething in
just
the chat if he is there.
there was no point in buying it.
Cargo UFO. I was disappointed that I got shelved.
I brought the better dropship, Morph. I'm sorry.
Mom is a beacon.
Turret that just spawned on the roof.
Good for her. A beacon of light.
I should
One of
have
the
done
modders in my community actually designed.
Imagine
an
real
Argo
estate becomes a thing in Star
which is
Citizen.
Huge Argo.
I mean,
Turrets lining the top and seeking
Can I link the
land.
UK finance report on CIG? Mrs. T should be able to drop the link in chat for you.
Turrets off the Bengals and just attached it there.
Fantastic. That's what we need.
I need to quickly hop into your med bay and set my spawn.
Oh yeah, I need to do that too.
Same as
Why did
concept,
everyone
that's the
do
point.
that and I did myself
Yeah,
not?
that's that is my point, Citizen Scott. It's not a like there's no reason to
and we
be
need to add
upset that
this
people are
reference
buying the
to
land
the
claims.
concept.
That was a
Well,
big
if you
part
shoot
of
me,
the
I'll shoot you.
controversy was that CIG is selling land. They're selling real estate because that way those people will get ahead. And it's like, well, no, they're just selling the beacon. They're selling literally just the ability to say you want land later. You resubbed, got ignored. You're gonna shout yourself out. Hey, dude, thank you for the sub, Bishop. Much love to you. Weird. Why didn't the mods highlight that? Highlight the sub mods. What are you doing? No, appreciate you, dude. 14 freaking months, man. Just give us Crusader Capital Class Planetary Bomber. Oh my god. Hold on, let me
Where the drones launch from.
Hey,
No slot for it in the hull.
Morph,
The elevator that goes to the ground. Yeah.
I had a question for you in chat, Morph. Or actually more of a
What's
a statement somebody had. They said that they were looking forward to a Crusader Capital Class Planetary Bomber.
Ooh.
Maybe an A3.
Morphologis.exe has stopped working. Please restart.
What am I looking at in the sky right now?
Yes, we need to give players
Oh,
more agency to kill everybody on the planet of the surface.
Yeah,
Just
Drake,
give them napalm or
yeah,
Preferably
Chemical
with no
warfare.
counters.
I'm going to take a guess, and that's Jim the Ninja. Should we blow him up?
If I see a 890, I'm shooting it out of the sky.
I'm looking right at an 819. It's staring right at us.
Shoot the
On a-
890.
On a very serious note, I would like a Helldiver's ship
Super
with
destroyer.
stratagems so that I could call them down from orbit.
You would like a Helldiver Super Destroyer, is what I'm hearing.
Basically, yes. I want that ability.
Drop
With
the
drop
Star
pods.
Destroyer.
Why can't we have mining
Oh,
missiles
terrible.
spamming ship like Cuddy Blue that does mining? I think the original idea of mining did have stuff like that for scanning asteroids, but I'm not sure if
I've been reading a very interesting
if they'll
series
do
recently,
continue with that.
called the Three Body Problem. But there's 3 books, actually 4 books in the series.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Very, very interesting series of books. Have you read them?
No, just a summary.
Highly recommend you check it out. But one of the cool parts of the book, and I'm not gonna spoil much for you here. One of the advanced races uses a type of attack that basically collapses 3-dimensional space into 2 dimensions, which is kind of crazy.
It's terrifying.
So that.
That's
Yep. So
terrifying.
we'll just collapse everybody into 2 dimensions,
Oh my gosh.
which kills everyone.
Wait, how do you describe something like that? My
I don't
brain
know.
hurts.
It's insanely creative. The book is like it kind of explores the idea of how out of how we would be absolutely destroyed in inconceivable ways from a super advanced alien race. We would not even be mentally prepared for how much more advanced another race would be from us.
I love how,
Wouldn't even
like-
stand a chance. We'll be dead before we know it.
I love how kind of disconnected the name is too from, or at least is the name from the first book or is it the series?
It's from the first book, but you can just call it the
Excuse me?
3 Body book series.
Yeah.
The next book is called
Oh, ow.
Ooh, what's the next book called? The third one's called Death's End. The second one's called Dark Forest.
I'm in need of medical
which
attention.
kind of, if you're familiar with like space related stuff, you'll kind of know what that's hinting at.
Was anyone in an undersuit?
Yeah.
I am.
Well, I have armor on too.
The 890 is not Jim, but
Oh,
it
no, I
is
don't.
Armco.
It's
I
what?
can't run anymore. 890 is friendly, or it probably shouldn't be here, but it is friendly.
Yes.
What is the next phase of this pre-event?
Nobody knows.
People are speculating
Hold
Hold on. I
box
can check.
deliveries.
Pickles probably knows.
Pickles does know. Give me 1 second. Let me double check.
Mighty Piggles.
Somebody needed somebody in an undersuit for something.
I just said I was wondering who was in the undersuit was all.
Oh yeah, no weapons, no armor.
But
He's coming in a very ominous approach.
for the uninitiated, Dark Forest is in reference to a solution to the Fermi paradox, and the Fermi paradox is kind of a thought experiment talking about why we haven't, well, just kind of mathematically approaching the chance of life in the universe, and then the paradox is why haven't we encountered alien life if it's so likely that there would be life with the billions of years that the universe has existed.
Because they don't let
And-
us.
And the Dark Forest explains it by saying that people don't talk to each other because there's limited resources in the universe and there's a lot of intelligent life. So anybody who speaks up gets destroyed because they could be a threat.
So shoot
Alright,
first,
so
ask questions later.
Basically.
Basically,
Or
be
don't
the
ask any
biggest
questions.
first.
Just shoot.
It's literally
Spread your
still ours.
democracy
Correct.
first.
Spread democracy first, ask questions later.
Basically
So-
Rust, but on a universe scale.
So as far as I know, phase 2 is basically just spaceship bounties, of which there are 3 missions. Obviously, missions can just be changed server side, so they could change that right up until release. But as it stands, phase 2 is 3 stage or 3 missions, and they're all like basically MRTs or HRT bounties.
Ooh.
God, I forgot how big the landing gear are on this thing.
They're like the size of spaceships, the landing gear are.
Just look, I'm just having a landing gear follow me as I crawl towards the carrack to get my leg fixed.
Smoosh.
I didn't catch that. What was the next one on the Overdrive? I was distracted.
Fury, what's up?
MRTs, basically, from what we know.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Hey, Space, can you knock me unconscious?
Me Space or
I don't have a tractor beam.
Wolf. Talia, have you got a tractor beam?
I do not. Do you?
I do, yes. If someone could knock me unconscious, just throw me on the carrack so I can get up and...
Just drop the track.
I should probably go on the Carrack and set my spawn.
You should.
Space Wolf, no hesitation, just runs right up.
Morph, stay away from that 890.
Well,
Right,
the idea that like we've only have around 5,000 years of like development history, and the last 200 have been the most important. And we've only just recently developed computers, in the grand scheme of things, and communication.
We're still in phase
technology.
1.
So to think that aliens would communicate in any way remotely resembling our methods of communication is kind of hubris. They
Silly.
probably we only have theoretical ideas of how you might communicate across large distances, but one of them is quantum entanglement, as a possibility, which would have 2 different quantumly entangled elements that basically would vibrate simultaneously because they're both bound on the quantum level, and then distance in that way it doesn't matter. So you could communicate potentially using quantum entanglement over any distance instantly, regardless of the speed of light, which is an interesting idea. There were some recent tests to figure out if we could do that, and the tests have failed. We don't know how to do it yet. It's apparently
about-
very hard. Yeah.
Talking about like development to what we've doing now, it's like the fact that as you look back at the history, it's like there's like an unknown period how much time humanity as we are now have actually existed.
This is true. We may have
progression is not a straight line. It is a flipping ramp, and it's practically vertical at this moment.
It's timey wimey wobbly wobbly.
Oh, yeah. Is that ruining things at Parky? I mean, like the the Sophons. Yeah, those are really interesting. I'm not sure how much that thing is that you read about, Tomato, but the technology that the other super advanced
Beowulf,
alien
thank
race
you.
uses, which isn't even that advanced in the grand scheme of things.
Thank you for the
It's
sub.
kind of like a mind-blowing
Much love,
idea.
I appreciate you.
Very, very cool idea. I don't know if I should ruin it. Probably should. It's not really ruining it, because they kind of tell you straight up what's happening. You get the perspective from the aliens a couple times.
Yeah, but
I
feel like it's been so shrouded in mist, because now they're coming out with a show, and the marketing for it seems really, really like they're trying to make it mystery.
really straightforward. Yeah, well, if you've read the books and you see the previews, you'll be like,
you'll know.
I understand every single thing in this series of images.
Yeah. But I don't even think in the
Not to
trailers they're
derail,
really
but-
mentioning an alien invasion that much. Like, they're a bit cryptic about it.
Mhm.
At least up until the end of them. I don't know. I've been trying not
Oh,
to
yeah,
look
can I
too
get
much.
Maybe I'll get a mission share.
Will do. I can't
Not to
seem to.
derail the.
I can't seem to access the medical page on or
No,
the
you need to lie on the bed.
Try sitting in the bed.
yeah, the bed.
gotta
I
go in the
can't.
bed.
I can't look around when I'm in the bed. Like my view is locked.
Interesting.
Screen didn't pop out.
I was going to say I got the rest of the phases for the mission if you guys are interested in those as well.
I have there's a what What?
Morph.exe has stopped responding.
Carrick Ramp has stopped responding.
Carrick.ramp has stopped responding. Please
So
restart.
are you phasing through it?
The entire
dash
Carrick
ramp
is no longer.
You have
no
to,
longer
you have to die
excitable.
and then respawn, and then you'll be able to touch the Carrack again.
Oh,
I hope you set your spawn.
I did set my spawn. I'm not going in there. I was gonna check to see if Tomato's all right.
No,
See what's
I'm
going on with Tomato.
having trouble with this. I don't think I can set my spawn.
Just don't die.
Lock him in the server room. Problem solved.
So, playing Star Citizen, we are experiencing Star Citizen problems. Who'd have thunk it?
What?
Bugs in the bug game? Never.
No.
Whatever will we do next? Are we going to have a crash or a 30k?
No, we'll fight the automaton.
Oh, true,
You know
true.
what-
That's what happens when you fight the bugs for long enough.
You know what's really exciting about, server meshing is
Get out of the suit for a minute? Okay. Try that.
Experience. Just to fill our lives.
Zeno's getting pushed into Stanton because the Pyro server is full.
At any moment in time, the laws of physics may just stop.
Yeah, we're talking about the 3-body problem.
You never know in Star Citizen.
Apple has proven that mass popularizing a new technology will make the masses nearly force adopt a new tech as long as it's seen as a new thing. Hey, or removing technology that we all love.
Oh, Space, do you want your armor back, by the way? As in, by which I mean Wolf.
Sure.
I couldn't find Space as Tomar's armor. I suppose I probably had most of yours, don't I? It's in the Prowler if you were in the Redshift.
Would petite.
Did you get the blue Greco armor back by any chance?
No, I couldn't find. I only found 2 bodies.
Alright. I got a body marker, I'll just go hit that in my mid then.
I'm not a financial expert to be able to answer the question of whether or not
The spawn
not
doesn't work on the
disclosing
wall,
total amount owed to
unfortunately.
investors in the financial report is being in any way a negative or bad thing. The financial report has an audit from a third party, and they don't note that as being a particularly bad thing, and give CIG a thumbs up for their finances that they reported. So I think that's a bit sensational.
I don't like looking at your eyes.
I need to talk to an expert to know what that means then, if it's not highlighted as a major concern in the audit from the third party.
Largely, the way it works in the UK is you have to publish a financial report every year, and there's a number of things that you have to have in that report, and the customers just put those things in the report and nothing else.
Gonna get them groceries.
Do what you have to, and that's it.
Yeah.
Do the bare minimum.
Have a good one, my friend.
The
Thanks for
only
dropping by,
reason people
Belismo.
ever put more than that or go into more detail is to kind of show off a bit and try and pad their share price.
Have you got the core there, Space Wolf? I think I dropped it.
Yeah, it-
So that would lead one to believe that the only reason why they wouldn't show it would be because it would not be beneficial to show it, which is understandable.
Yeah,
anything else?
I think it's...
Got the rest of it. I was just trying to get it to drop.
Either that or the investors don't want it shared.
Yeah, that's also an option.
It's nice, you guys in the UK with your laws and stuff. Ha, ha, ha. Americans.
Transparency in the loosest of terms.
Translucency.
What do I say to transparency as an American? Ha! That's what I say. That's our law.
Oh, it's not transparent.
There's no
I know full well it's
transparency.
not transparency in the UK either. It just looks like transparency.
It's translucent.
At least you've got some
Sorry.
semblance of it.
Getting there.
Just see through it.
It's like a...
Sorry,
Okay, the transparency in the
did,
UK is more like frosted glass. You can see through it a
did you
bit.
share it?
Am I space?
Are you guys all right? You coming? Wombat in space?
Yeah.
I'm just sorting Space Wolf's armor out. Give me a minute. It's
Am
just
I-
being, the
Okay.
inventory is as ever being stubborn.
Am I space? Oh,
I got it, thank you.
over there, okay.
I'm taking the person. I'm guessing the person in the Armco outfit is Morph.
Yeah, again, since I'm not a financial expert, and I assume neither are you. No offense if you are. I don't think that.
I actually studied for
necessarily means
12
anything
years more,
bad.
thanks.
As has been highlighted, this is a standard report, and they might not report anything that would be not required or.
I know I'm tomato, but they keep calling me space. It gets
Don't know why
confusing.
that's the case. I wanted to speak to an expert before I start speculating on something
Well-
extreme like it's the worst case scenario, which it likely isn't.
look, if it was the worst case scenario, you would have a financial expert already screaming at the rafters, because I guarantee there's one financial expert in the refunds Discord that's just waiting for the opportunity to say, vindication!
Correct.
I don't know. I think I might call my little cousin. He's very good at video game simulator. He probably knows what's going on.
Should be everything spaced.
Mm-hmm. So my gun is right.
What was
There's a
Said
huge
Warhawk.
the paperwork that was
Wasn't
released
because though I didn't have a Warhawk, so
is a third party audit. So a lot of it is from the third party.
All companies in the UK have to have a third party audit every year.
Yep.
Or not all companies, all companies over I think a certain size. I think if you're small then it's not a bother, but I can't remember the exact criteria, but
we are talking about a third-party financial audit on CIG back in 2022 in the UK. That kind of just proved out their financial health and how they're doing.
Has an obligation to quell any investor concern by this year and especially next year, since most of the shares can be withdrawn starting in 2025, and so they have some pressure to deliver something. That doesn't mean they're going to.
It's probably why they showed off Squadron 42, Engine and all its features, and they're testing server meshing to this extent very quickly.
Remember how some people were saying that the Star Engine thing felt a little bit like an investor presentation?
Because it
It
probably
definitely was.
Because
Hell
was,
yeah.
I think
It was a slap in the face to Bethesda. That's what
it
that
was.
was.
I mean, it was. I mean, that's what you. I mean, they're one and the same.
It's one way to
If
interpret
it
it, yeah.
impresses, if it kind of like shows off and
We'll
says
love
that, look how good we are, it simultaneously makes investors happy. So.
And it was a product launch too. I mean, they finally, for the first time, were able to call it Star Engine publicly. That must have felt so dang good.
And to reiterate something that I've repeated several times, because I don't want this to turn into some sensationalized news because we talked about it and people are taking it the wrong way. This is not something new that they didn't know about. When they started the investment, they knew from the beginning.
Oh.
like,
Where's my action music?
you also got to take into account that that is something that they can also sell. That engine. Well, not sell, lease out.
I need to pick up one of these guns and possibly armor from one of these people.
Yeah, I just
Don't
did that
wear
because
that
I
armor.
realized I didn't buy any ammo. So I'm going to need 30 rounds in my cast deck.
What'd you say about the armor?
Don't worry. you'll get
don't
shot.
wear
Oh,
until we're done.
I need
'Cause
armor.
Just
if
stay in the
Party Mark is
mainframe
out,
room.
you'll get shot.
no, you
No.
should be fine wearing the armor. Everyone that's friendly should have an arrow above their head.
Yeah,
If the
but
bug's out.
We're a
Not
little
everyone in
loose
my
with the
screen
trigger
has an
finger
arrow.
here, Piggles.
The because the party markers, they always work.
Well, they're not party
Absolutely.
markers. They're,
it's a
that's
star
separate
system. It
system.
never fails.
Sure.
Yeah, so those little carrots above the head, they're a separate system to the party markers, and they will display pretty reliably because they're based on crime stat and hostility and all that kind of stuff.
Excellent.
If it shoots at me, I'm killing it. You can do with that information what you will.
The issue is that
Out of Tiger Claws.
it's 40. The investments totaled 43 million, and then some 17 million later, and that plus interest is over 120 million. if they were
Don't
to
use the
withdraw
fund.
other shares. And they don't have that much in liquid cash.
Yeah, I don't know about them licensing it out. I think that'd be pretty big
But again,
to do, and they'd want to be probably pretty hands-on with whatever it gets licensed out to. This is a super custom-made engine for a lot of things, and the more they try and develop on the engine and build that infrastructure and even build like literature and guides to help other developers understand how to use this engine, the more time it takes away from Star Citizen and Squadron's development and any of their future projects, which might not be super important to most people, but to the company it could be make or break in either direction. Yeah, documentation. That stuff's not fun. They'll have to have documentation anyways for their own company, and think they do, as they talked about it a bit, but doing it for third-party companies that work under different rules in different countries and all that stuff, that gets hefty. Not speaking from experience. Oh, really? Medium armor to holster 2 weapons? I thought it was... Yeah, I don't want to holster them. I just want to switch them back and forth. But whenever I switch to my S71, my guy just yeets the P8. I want to keep it. You worked with companies that have 0 documentation? Oh my god. I hope they're not maintaining software like that.
News from them. They've been awfully quiet since that server mentioned.
No, they're still there. They're still posting stuff. They'll pick apart anything. There's literally nothing CIG could do short of suddenly releasing a perfect game with no
Sure
faults.
can say, and they'll still complain it took them too long.
True,
Who's
true, true.
picking apart what?
The refund subreddit, whatever it's called.
I didn't say the name. I just said a certain subreddit, but you said the name.
I'm saying what I want.
You said it.
Did anyone
What
put
they
a
gonna do?
card into the machine yet? No.
Yes. I think so. I put
It's
Tiger
locked.
back.
It's locked.
Put in.
We need a new card.
We need to find a box with a card in it because I died and I lost everything. So
Have another
Big
Tiger
tech.
Claw.
They were
engineer,
they were
engineer, look for the
back-end
engineer.
groups.
There's one
Oh
dead.
my
Solid.
gosh.
I have a Tiger Claw on me.
That's terrible.
Do we want to
Astroneer on Star Engine would be pretty
Well,
cool.
if we want to get the armor,
That's
we
such
should
a
use the
peaceful
Tiger Claw,
game.
as you said. So if we have a Tiger Claw, let's use the Tiger Claw.
How do I get that out?
Quit it, and you can.
Like how CryEngine helped,
Is it on your second
guys at
program?
CryEngine helped CRCIG with SC early days. Technically, they still help now. Thank you, CryEngine folks.
Direct over, man.
We appreciate you a dozenfold every year.
I can't unsee the curve and the laser point on this gun now.
Oh yeah, no.
I believe Sean and
I'm bending light.
can't remember who was on the screen presenting server meshing.
It's alright. We're just modifying the front of your gun has a mini
Airbenders,
black hole on it.
earthbenders, Firebenders,
Good.
waterbenders. Now we got a light bender.
That's right. Avatar was always missing that one. the light
Pickles,
bender.
what are you looking at?
Only problem is the first time he started bending, he got sucked into his own black hole. So the learning
He
didn't
literally
go so
bent light
far.
around himself. That's why you didn't see him.
Yeah, yeah, they were in the show. You just don't see them.
They literally bent light around him. There was no evidence.
Paul Rendell.
No, there's a big
that's it.
backpack in here if anybody wants it for heavy armor. Nice.
Which backpack is it?
It's the fire resistant one.
Ooh, that's a very big
We're
backpack.
pumped for the
Yeah, it's-
Stanton meshing test. Been talking about that today.
Time to pew pew.
Doors and corners.
Shoot and they'll come out the door, and then you can kill them and kill their armor if you want it. Got to attack them once and they'll come out the door.
Apparently,
Leave him. Oh, I was gonna loot his armor. Okay.
a two-dimensional attack is more scary than a black hole.
I think there's.
Maybe.
Did I
don't
kill
know.
him in
a
the-
black hole is a singularity, collapsing space into one dimension.
Oh.
So that's also scary. They're
Well,
both
that's pretty scary, to be honest.
They're both
But a
scary.
2D attack would be even worse if you're still alive.
Well, the physics of a two-dimensional universe don't operate on the same principles as a three-dimensional universe. So your body would work in the two-dimensional universe, at
I
least
think-
in theory.
I
Who
think
knows?
it-
In theory, but if you could survive that, that would be even more horrifying. 'cause
Where
now
was
you're
that
being
Penrose
trapped.
bag? Where was that Penrose bag, Morph?
There was in one of the red boxes on the top floor. I think it was on the floor, not on the box.
I think that.
No, this one.
I think that a 2D attack would be most scared if it was accompanied by like retro video game noises. Otherwise, I'd probably be okay.
Doctor Who did an episode about
Yeah, exactly.
just killing by flattening people into 2D.
Oh god, that was horrifying.
Yep.
Yeah, Mario's coming around. Paper Mario's coming around, like offing
Just
people. turning them into
tubes.
2D.
Tubes just start appearing in the ground.
To be fair, if like someone like next to you got flattened and they just like ended up like one of the cartoon characters from like Tom and Jerry and just flattened out, you'd be terrified.
What?
Yeah,
Well, their skin remains perfectly attached. Yeah.
It's in this box right here that I'm standing next to, my icon, if anybody wants it. You need to be wearing heavy armor to put it on, though.
The Doctor Who episode was absolutely terrifying because the first time you see it, they did it slowly, so you could see the fear. The second time they did it instantly, that no one even noticed.
It's the fact that the the door into the room got flattened, so they couldn't get out.
Imagine a Civ-style god game in Star Engine. I mean, I always said, just make the quantum economy simulation a video game on its own. That sounds like a ton of fun to play with. Changing the prices of components, creating asteroids where different materials can be found, watching as AI flock to them and try to mine, and then watching the pirates go in to rob them and get beat back by security and just see how it all lays out. Oh my god. That'd be a sick game. It's basically an RTS, right?
I will say the words that I want to word. I will word it.
Let Wall Street bets in. You run your own stock market simulation.
I will word it good.
That one there, tell you as soon as you get in the door.
A word that says I want to word. That's how it's meant to be said.
Yeah, basically Stellaris.
Now, wow.
But Stellaris is kind of 4X, right? It's not really real time.
We go downstairs. There's apparently no one downstairs, but maybe it's fine.
I've not seen any heavies come out. This is very...
Tony's been away just
started.
building
Oh,
up
come
that
on.
game. He's done with Star Citizen. He's past it.
Because what's good. Never mind.
Hey Talia, can you come knock me up?
Star Trek and Star Wars franchise in Star Engine would be cool. You know, I bet you that's what everybody is going to say when Star Citizen finally becomes something that people are excited for rather than just dreading every time they see the name. I bet you're going to see a lot of, oh man, this would be so cool if it was a Star Wars MMO. Oh, ah, no! No, please! No! Help. Help, I don't know. I'm
More people
stuck.
contact your rear.
Hey,
Are
y'all.
you stuck,
Oh,
Tomato?
I don't.
Oh no, Tomato, you're kind of screwed.
Right, if we can knock him down, I've got a tractor beam. I can get him out.
Heavy's dead. And body is secure.
Heavy.
Dude,
don't have to-
I have a medical tool. I could try to drug him to knock him out.
Oh boy.
But you're gonna be. You're
Or
gonna
you
be
can
drugged
shoot
for a
me.
while.
Get your head.
You just.
No, but I might actually kill you.
Can
Alright, get ready with your tractor beam. If once he's passes out from drugging, he's gonna fall.
Oh no, my gun! Oh, I just took damage.
Right, tractor beam's ready.
Okay.
Do you
Oh,
have
Mal-
enough-
There you go. Yeah. Oh, you get him. You get him. You got him.
Nice rescue.
Yes.
International rescue. I've got the heavy
team
corpse over
Morphologis.
here. If
Oh,
if we've
man.
got if we got two heavies, do you mind if I take this one?
We've got a server meltdown.
Thank you all.
It is server
667.
667.
We gotta look for a server. Run. Get your armor.
Star Citizen,
I-
folks.
I'll
Okay,
let
for
you
you.
deal with this, OG. I'll cover.
Go.
2487.
Very good.
Did you get a gun?
Teamwork makes the
Space
dream
Motto.
work. Tomato, did you get a gun?
Not yet. No. I need to pick one up. Here we go.
I've got one.
Oh, that's
I've
my
got
old one.
ammo for you, actually.
I think there was a box around here somewhere I can get some.
There's a Demico over here if you want it. That'll do you the job.
Oh yeah, that's a good gun. Get that one.
Where is
There's
that?
Demico on the ground here.
Ah.
On one that. Alternatively, this box had a decent gun in it. I don't know if it still does. Or I can give you my Kana with a pile of ammo.
Demico works. Oh, there's a custodian here too. Where was it?
It's on the body. It should be at least. This one here.
Yeah.
I've got one of them, but there should be another.
The Big Bad has an FS9 as well, though it's not as good as it once was, as I said.
No, he doesn't have one.
Come here, I'll give you my Kana.
Need a code.
Oh, I still got my S71 on.
Code. We need a code.
Okay, looking.
Yep,
Got a
found it.
code?
Found it.
Gotta
Found it.
get it.
6043.
Did
4
it?
mags at my feet as well.
Wait, did the Demico fall through the floor? I don't see it.
Oh
Got
no,
it.
there should be a corner around here somewhere. If it's just wandered through the floor, I'll be
You got a
very
code?
upset.
6043.
Yep, got it.
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see the Demico. Where'd it go?
I've got one of them here. Let's together. Well, I didn't drop Demico. I dropped a Kana because I dropped mags for a Kana. Where the fuck is that gone?
You know what? Space. Sorry, Tomato. Why don't you just put on this heavy armor? I don't want you to
Need a
die.
code
again.
for server 594.
Doors.
I got a P8. I don't know where the Karna went though. Oh no, this is the custodian.
We need a
Coming
code.
down. Checking. Nope.
There's one here. There's one here. What's it? There's one on his body. Give me a sec.
Gotcha.
It's,
7282.
Don't shoot him. Don't shoot him. Don't shoot him.
How do you get the code?
7282.
I think so, but the server, I think it just says it's disconnected.
That's a medium. That's not a heavy.
Yeah, but he's got the gun we need.
Oh, okay.
There's the
Alright, what's
gun.
the code again? Sorry, what's the code again?
7282.
Got it.
If you kill him, you'll get locked in there.
Grabbing,
Out. Go. I've got it. Just get out.
getting out.
Those things are death traps.
Journey for Karna.
That is.
Another
Oh, should be placing in a second. There we go. Placed at my feet. Oh, you're
Code.
kidding. That thing is.
Code.
Thank you.
594 is 6767.
Got it.
Got the sun with my life. Pickles.
So, Tomato, what do you think of this this event? The first mission here.
Well, I mean, it's just a reskinned data heist, right?
Kinda, yeah.
So, I mean, I think it's a good use of missions to make a better narrative, but ultimately this seems to me like a test to see how a one-shot multi-week global events go instead of just like one that runs constantly over and over. I hope this
So
is the direction they
pretty-
start to go in with more global events.
Pretty much all the missions are reskinned existing missions. Like this one, data heist. The next one, we've got the bounties. The one after that, I think they're like the combat beacons. They're kind of space battle-ish.
Yeah.
What's the next one after that? There's a comlink one, re-enabling comlinks, and there's a FPS one at Korea. I think the last one's just a box delivery.
Seems
you know,
like
I'm not all that. Sorry, go ahead, Tomato.
No, it just seems like a good run to figure out how mission chains will function and how people access them. The interesting part is just that all these things, these global events they run, from Siege of Orison to like even the Idris event earlier this year, they're all running in a game that's not really what the game's supposed to be. So like if you run the Idris mission and it's supposed to work in that maybe 20 people out in a server are actually interested in finding it, and so it's not a big deal to miss it, that makes sense when there's a ton of other stuff to do. But when there's nothing else to do, everybody focuses just on the event, and it makes it seem a lot worse than it is. Does that make sense?
It's true, yeah.
I get what you mean.
Checking.
Checking.
I think ultimately the issue has been up until now that their focus on Squadron 42 has meant that their resources on Star Citizen have been too
Got a
little.
code for you.
Give people
5993.
give people things to do, new things to do every patch.
Yeah.
That keep people interested for long periods of time. There's not really that big of a library right now of activities or events or mission types.
Yeah, it's not enough
But
distractions.
hopefully, not enough distractions. Now, Squadron, they're reforming of teams from Squadron into Star Citizen and bringing everybody back to Star Citizen is going to, I think, bring a lot of acceleration to development. But we're not going to see that for some time. 323 is just the product of moving stuff over from Squadron, so it almost doesn't even really count. It's just stuff that's been ported and adjusted for Star Citizen. We're really going to start seeing an acceleration, though, I think, hopefully after 323, and that's when the teams are more kind of situated and focused on Star Citizen content. So I've got high hopes for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Isn't it? So it's not individual teams for certain things. They've actually broken up.
Wild Dog, where are you hearing
You can have, like,
Star Citizen 1.0 in a year? That's insane.
gameplay and whatnot. It's not all just
Yeah.
one
so-
focused team now. It's mixed.
So I as you guys probably famously already know, I worked in game development for a year on a ship team with former CIG guys, yeah. Oh, Pickles, maybe you didn't hear
Server-
about that. I don't know, maybe you did.
Your
What?
server code 817.
You worked in game dev?
I did for a year, yeah.
I didn't know that.
I got
Oh, you
you
didn't know that,
with the
okay.
code 817. Code is 3129.
So the Banu Merchantman stopped working. The progress stopped because that team left CIG and they went to work for Star Atlas. And
So-
I went to go work with Star Atlas for a year and worked with those guys doing some ships. And so I got to learn quite a bit about development and how that works on the inside of things. And it was really enlightening, actually. I learned a lot. I was really, really grateful to be part of that. Anyway, my experience was very much since it's very typical structure of a team, and I don't think I'm revealing too much, but like when you're working on a certain part of a project, like say you're on the ship team, there's no need for you really to talk too much to the other teams because you're focused on developing your ships. So you get this effect where you don't always know what the other part of the team is doing. So
Got it.
I think sometimes when people are playing, when they talk to devs,
Code is 7254.
I'm so sorry.
All right.
When they
That's fine.
when people hear like that a developer doesn't play the game or that a developer doesn't know that this other thing is happening in the studio, they're shocked. Actually, that's not surprising at all. It's very common. So the siloing, unfortunately, creates this effect where you don't always know what everybody else is doing. So like working together to do towards a common goal can sometimes be difficult, especially when one team that you're being held up by is not somebody that you often communicate with. So maybe that one team's working on a piece of tech that you need for your project, and it can be
Cop
complicated
server meshing team.
to
Sorry, I hit
coordinate
my
with
mic.
them to get things done. Yeah. So like having everybody form into bigger teams, I think makes a lot of sense. It'll be, there are downsides to that, I would imagine. Though, I mean that they'll have to be managed when you've got a lot of people working together. There's a lot of cross communication that can be noisy. So there's going to have to be some control of that, but I think overall it could be good. Highly specialized strike teams might not be super beneficial. I think we've seen, unfortunately, the downside of that approach for CIG is that
Is
a
the
lot
mission
of stuff
done?
comes out in
Yes.
V0.
Yeah, mission's over.
Are we done?
Yeah, I didn't
Well,
want
we're
to
done.
interrupt.
I can shed some light on that in terms of generic software development as well. It's a relatively common thing, not just in games, especially with larger project, where when you go to use begin a project, you will sit down and you'll have essentially a meeting and you'll go, okay, what are the issues we have, and you'll break that down, and eventually you'll break it down into so many smaller issues within issues that you have essentially what becomes a to-do list. And you will usually not always the case, but usually you'll allocate people teams on certain things, so a team will know what they're doing and they don't really care what other people are doing unless they need to directly talk to it. And even then, largely there is an established standard. So for example, if I was making a game system that had to talk to another game system, there would be already an established way of communicating. So both my system and the other system would meet that standard. So without even having to talk to the other team, we both would already know that both of our systems would work together. And that's something you get quite a lot in game development, where because a lot of these features are so complex, you really have to sort of dig down and focus on your bit and just kind of have to trust that whoever you're relying on is also doing their bit.
That's always fun.
Yep.
Yay,
that
floating
can-
bodies.
By the way, that body, that helmet is Tomatoes. This is Tomatoes' mission. Please give it to Tomato.
Oh, I
Or is
don't.
it-
I don't need it. It's fine.
Are you sure? This is the
Isn't there a
Xenofred
second?
helmet.
Wasn't there a
You're gonna
second
make-
heavy downstairs?
It'll
Was
be
like
gone
two
in like
was
2
two
months,
heavies,
yeah.
wasn't there?
Yeah.
Was another heavy, wasn't there?
You can make a video with it though. You having a cool Xenos red armor.
Do you want it, Space? I've got it here if you want it.
I got a friend who's got an account that's just called Xenothreat, and we love screwing with people. And it's nice to finally be able to get him the actual Xenothreat armor that the guy wears in the comlinks.
Yep, that's that armor right there. It's up to
Is
you.
it going to drop, or is it
Tomato,
going
it's
to be
your call.
stubborn?
My bottle land my Pisces in the Carrack.
This is the helmet.
Don't do it.
That is the helmet.
Please don't.
Oh.
I mean, we've already experienced what happened to our landing ship inside another ship. It did not agree.
Today is
There was more
desyncing.
the ship leaving the ship that caused that explosion.
Yeah, it was more like pick a fury up while the Carrack was musing, and it just collided with the rest
You
of
make
it.
one mistake and they never let you forget it.
Nope. All I heard was, "Oh, I got it up," and the next minute, boom.
All I'll say is I wouldn't put it on now, Space.
Yeah, I'll
Tomato.
probably wait until it's a little safer.
Oh, I'm still phasing through my ship. Sweet.
Yeah, you need to drop all your equipment and then backspace express.
Oh. Okay.
What happened?
There's this bug where I'm phasing through my ship, so I can't get back into it anymore.
Do you not want the armor as well, Space?
Do I what?
The armor as well is also by that body. It's the full set.
Oh, no, that's fine. I'll just take the helmet. Feels. Oh, actually, wait, no, hold on. I just have an undersuit on. Yeah, I can put the
The reason why
armor
you
on.
don't want to...
It's also got the undersuit, so just if you carry the body to the ship, it'll, yeah.
Man, a backpack would really help.
There's a full heavy one downstairs because I switched mine. It's downstairs, top floor.
The bunker?
The bunker, yeah, because
Oh.
yeah.
See what I can do with this right now. Whoops.
By the way, Tomato, do you have an F7C Mark II?
During this, I think so, yeah. But I don't
During
own one,
this?
no.
You don't own one? Oh,
No.
Okay. So then, no, it's fine. This event, actually, I want to pick a brain. We haven't actually directly talked about this event. How do you feel about this event? About the way the reward is structured.
What is the reward again? Like, how does the reward system work? We basically get an upgrade on the F7 Mark 1.
No,
You get a CCU that converts an F7C Mark II to an F7A Mark II.
and you have to own a Mark II in
I
order
see.
to
No,
use
you
it.
don't.
You don't.
No, you do.
You,
It's-
no,
you must.
get one. You get the token anyway, but you obviously you have to have one to use it on.
Which you can get for
I think
free
they
when
missed
the
a
game's
trick
out.
with it. They missed a trick where it was like, what they could have done was actually, you do it, and if you have a Mark 1, you can get the Mark 2.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
And if you had the Mark 2 civilian, then you can get the military variant.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The way that they're doing the awards, I think it's a combination of the event and how it launches and how it's phrased, plus the ship and the awards and the marketing that makes it all feel a little bit worse than it should.
Yeah.
Why, oddball? Why?
And I can't pick.
I
up
think the
helmets.
marketing part's the only bad thing about it, really. The event's been fun so far.
The event's a good. It's good. It's a good
Did you
combination
put- I
of
think
different
you
types of
put me
gameplay.
out.
Like we don't get narrative mission chains, which is nice to see.
Yeah.
Why did you do that, Ernie? You've bugged me out.
You were already bugging out.
I
Oh,
was
yeah.
fine.
Shout
no.
later. It's about to be a blood feud.
Oh,
Where?
I was
It's going
fine,
to
I
be a
didn't have
killing.
bug until you did this.
Shout later.
Oh, Star
I just
Citizen.
see like player tags wigging out beneath me. You two okay down there?
I think I lost the
There's-
helmet.
I can tell
Lost
one
the-
thing.
No,
I'm going to kick
really?
the crap out of Odie.
Yeah, I
You
tried
lost
to.
the helmet?
Yeah, it was glitching out, so I tried to shoot the box to move it, and it bounced, and now it's gone.
Oh no.
Why did you do this? What
I
disturbing
don't know what's
thoughts
wrong with you
going
now.
through your head?
I'm pretty sure you can just get up.
I can't. I am T-posing you. You have bugged me.
Have you set your respawn, Talia? Can you backspace?
Well, I guess no helmet. That's
I want to help
weird.
you look for it. Let me see if I can find it. Leg armor. Oh, the helmet's right here.
I get it. Funny
I see.
Where?
haha. It's not funny at Star Citizen.
but I can't interact with it.
Yeah, I don't even see it.
Let me see if I can come and interact with it. I might just be being stubborn again.
No, it's uninteractable for me.
Not even tractor beam.
Nope, tractor beam doesn't work for it either.
Oh god, the hair's glitching for the helmet. Yeah.
Pretty a terrifying sight.
That's deeply disappointing. I'm so sorry.
Nah,
Space Tomato.
it be like that. I probably shouldn't have shot it. I should have tried something else.
The one thing of this kit that I think was the coolest to have would have been that helmet. Oh.
Most of it's just standard armor.
What helmet was it? The one that goes...
Xenothreat helmet, I guess?
The Xenothreat Mantis helmet. The one with the one that's in the recording that you see.
Oh, wheel.
Well,
Thanks for the effort, though.
It'll be, as you said, it'll be just deleted from our accounts anyway. So.
Yeah.
All my loot I got from those all those cool armors I got from the Crusader missions are all gone too. So. Sorry, you were saying?
No, I was what was I gonna say? Oh, I was gonna say I guess just I wonder when we'll truly stop seeing wipes. I know it's with 1.0, but you know, if that's 2 to 3 years away, I do wonder if by the time they're hitting maybe stable server meshing, they try to just not do any more until the game launches. Something.
As far as I know, the current 1.0 goal, which in my opinion is incredibly optimistic, is Q1 25.
A what?
Yeah. That's a tentative goal, which honestly I think that is incredibly optimistic, and I don't think they'll hit that at all. But
that's got to be the date.
Someone said that at some point, and it's been written down somewhere. But
are we hoping for world peace as well at that point?
Yeah, I guess so. But I mean, to be honest,
wait, there's no way that's
actually aiming for that.
There's no way they
released.
released.
They're really actually aiming for that, but that is something that someone put on a roadmap.
Like publicly?
That might have been an internal. That might have been an internal goal from a while ago, back when the Colliers investment was first taken, because that's when they would have set the date, right? Because that lines up with their 2025 85% investment withdrawal. That'd be my guess anyway. But I don't think I think that's an old thing, and it probably isn't necessary if Squadron comes out, because that would probably satisfy investors at least initially.
It would be good to have SC at a 1.0 state.
Really care as long as they're seeing something happening and they're getting something for their money.
Yeah, if they're seeing progress being made on the game, irrelevant of whether it's out, if it's held for this long, I think they can wait a year.
They don't have to though.
I don't see release.
Anything can happen. You could see that the past 2 years has been. It was declining at that trajectory at the end of 2023, and they had to up the ante with some more unexpected sales to try to cover that ground, and it's happening again this year. I think they'd be a little bit worried.
Investors need to wake up to the fact that COVID's over, so you're gonna see a little shrink. You should have done it before COVID, not after.
I think the biggest thing is just that the economy is not a sure thing in any way, shape, or form. All countries are dealing with a lot of different, well, not all, but most countries are dealing with a lot of economic instability and just like not a lot of future confidence. That on its own, I think, makes things a little bit more complicated than if it was, say, 2017.
Oh, my stick's disconnected. I can't fly anymore.
But I also feel like that's an internal date. Like, I could see them doing an internal date of that, and then their actual date of making it happen is like the end of the year or the beginning of the next year. But Q1 of 25 sounds crazy.
Crazy ambitious, yeah. I mean, they're only doing static server meshing at this point, not even dynamic server meshing.
I don't see release until like at least 3 years after Squadron's out. Depending on what they want to put in release, because remember, I'm pretty sure they've said it shrunk from what they originally wanted to do.
Are you sure it's a game you'd like to play?
I'm taking us back to the station, by the way, because I need to log off for the evening.
I feel that. We completed the 5 missions.
We got the 5 missions.
Reached
now
5 out of 5.
if you ever purchase the Mark II within the time limit that they allow you to upgrade, then you'll be able to upgrade to F7A.
Oh, golly gee.
So get ready to spend that $170
On a
I
combat
think
ship of
you'll-
all things.
I think you'll still get the token in your inventory. and you
I don't
can
know if it
buy
lasts forever.
Yeah, it goes into your hangar. It just becomes a CCU.
Yeah, you get it in your inventory. Eventually, if you get the ship in game, you can just apply it then.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Which I
But I'm-
never will. But, you know, it's a
Yeah.
cool looking ship.
I really hope that the next event that they run, they give some kind of in-game reward. I think that'd be great. One that you don't have to spend money for.
Maybe like
I like to
Talia.
see the
military
F armor
multi-tool.
from Xenothreat last time.
What was that, Ginger?
I found a chessboard. It's just missing the pieces. It's like the exact one we were messing around on the jump.
The one where I booked your ass at chess.
Well, ignore that part.
Yeah, Tomato, I wouldn't mind a military multi-tool, but I can imagine it being slightly OP.
Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely going to hold on to that.
Though I think
Does the military
you could
multi-tool
do something
even
like that,
give?
but just make it a bit crap at everything.
What
Yeah.
does the military multi-tool even give you as a bonus?
Terrible battery life.
For context, Boss, the other day when you were doing a small team doing this event, Ginger and I and Jim were doing the event.
Rogue, thank you so much for the offer of the lottery winnings to buy that spaceship. I really appreciate that.
Probably had fewer bugs that way.
It was pretty stable. The board kept flipping around every now and then, but it
When
wasn't.
we have Nyx in the background, how is 4.0 with Pyro only the finish line?
I
Why have I
think
got
I
a
saw somebody-
crime stat?
Who posted a photo of that? I think it was somebody posted an image on the community of you guys playing chess and the 890. I feel like I saw that.
Yeah, it's in the chat.
Morph, can you still pay off class 1 crime stats?
And then break it up with
Yes.
chess moves.
Yep.
Yeah.
Up to 2.
It's class 1 and 2, and then 3s where it's like they come after you.
Jailer SPK.
But yeah, I agree. I mean, I think it's a pretty cool event that they're testing stuff. It's economical in that they're using stuff that's existing.
I have a question for CIG. When are they going to finish hardcore?
I think it cool.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be forever from now.
What happened to the oceans?
I think if they could at least put the Xenothreat armor in our accounts permanently, that'd be pretty cool if you looted it.
That would have been a cool reward for this pre-event, is like acquiring the armor.
Mhm.
Like as you earned it, that's it.
At least the mana
'Cause with-
element.
Yeah, because with the with like the upgrade to the military variant of the Hornet, that's kind of locking a lot of people out. I heard that argument, where it's just like if you just made an armor set and like a weapon set as a reward, and you could have done it where it's like every time you do a phase you get an award.
So
Yeah.
people called them out for not having an in-game reward in Spectrum, and their response was, "You do get a reward. It's a 3-day rental of the F7A."
Was that CIG's response or?
That was
or-
CIG's response.
Ooh.
That's.
Yeah. I
Is it the marketing
disappointed
team
when I read that.
responding?
Let me guess,
No,
marketing
it was. I can't remember who it was. It was one of the devs there.
That's gonna be a conversation. Ooh. Not want to be
team.
them.
Marketing was having a word with them, whilst everyone else was having a word with marketing.
You do get an award. You can trial this ship.
They won't be making comments on Spectrum for a while.
Yeah, I don't think that's how general MMO rewards work. I don't think if you go loot the big bad boss in World of Warcraft that your gear disappears after 3 days.
What's that above the?
What's
hammer?
up, Roboto? How you doing?
Area?
Did I see the animal tease on Twitter? Yes.
Oh
Indeed.
yeah, animals. That was a surprise addition to 323 possibly.
What's it?
Oh, yeah,
Birds
there's
and like a current if it's a dog.
Yeah, it's a
Possibly a
dog.
bird.
There's a mission. It kind of looks dog-like. There's actually a mission related to them.
I want
Oh,
the
God.
bird, dang it. They talked about a bird. Give me a f***ing bird.
I'd like a parrot, please.
There's like
Yeah,
like an extermination mission set in caves and things.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Saw
God.
that.
I still want to know how they're going to square that circle with the Third Chance Act.
Yeah, actually, Hawk brings up an excellent thing. If it was originally meant to be, in my chat, he says ideally Overdrive event would help you work towards reputation for the CDF, and that you could use that reputation to buy the Mark II in game. I think that's brilliant. Like exactly that kind of reward would be fantastic.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Because it also gives you incentive to continually work on these more otherwise monotonous
Just something to do in the game.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Especially because it's a lot of time to put in with all the missions in these phases over a long period of time. You know, we're only getting a phase every so often, and in each phase is what, 3 to 5 missions.
Yeah.
Not a pay off your crime stat thing in here anymore.
I did at the Galleria.
They're not in the hangars anymore. On stations, you have to go to the Galleria. It's in the inland.
Oh, there's no elevator. Oh no. Almost walked into the void.
Just chance it. Walk into the black up, it'll be there.
Oh, the elevator just started moving by itself, and then there's Space Tomato, who suddenly appeared next to
Hello,
me.
Your
it's
bet
me.
was in fact wrong.
Talia, what happened there?
Your character's pinged off the wall.
Your
course
bet
it
was
did.
in fact wrong, Swills. I'm gonna hop off.
Getting out of
anyway.
this hangar.
Of course it did.
I'm
Star
leaving.
Citizen working flawlessly.
Like a
This stream-
charm.
Well, this has
Turn off the
been
engines, right?
this stream has been sponsored by Space Tomato. Please go check out his channel.
I paid with
all
UEC.
bugs were his fault.
Sponsored by Reed.
He paid me with his glorious time in magnificent voice
And ship
Oh,
sales.
you got ripped off.
and ship sales. Well, hey man,
You had a refund?
we had a very Star Citizen evening.
Oh yeah.
I thank you for joining me on this predictably fun journey
Yeah, dude.
of
Bugs
fun
and various
interstitched
other.
with nonsense.
It's good times, dude. This was good discussion too. Thank you everybody for coming along and joining. Morph, this is great. I look
Yeah.
forward to more of these, man, with our stream times matching up a little bit more once new content comes out.
Yeah.
I'd love to check it out with you.
Yeah, for sure. We should definitely do some more streams together since our stream timelines. I have very few people I know in the content creator sphere, and even friends that play at my time zone. Thankfully, I've got a big community, so I've got a couple people in this very chat that play at the very same time as me. So we often get together and do some Helldivers, which we should get together and do as well.
Yeah, one of these days. I'm gonna give that one a try.
Are you
Sipping
gonna,
on
by the
that
way,
liberty.
are you gonna keep streaming Tomato, or are you gonna?
No, I'm all done. Yeah.
Okay. Well then, I need to find somebody to raid. Shall we raid somebody together?
Okay. Sounds
Surprise somebody together.
sounds like fun. Let's see.
Do you know anybody?
Oh, I'm looking.
All right, I'm gonna take a look as well.
Oh, how about Tom Beckhauser?
Tom
No, the guy.
Hauser.
Met him, talked with him a little bit at CitizenCon. Good folk.
Oh, all right. I'm looking for him on the list. Can you give me his name so I can type it in?
Literally Tom Beck. BECKHAUSER.
Sorry, say again. TOM
BECK
BECK.
HAUSR. USER. Sorry.
Tom Beckhauser. All right. Guys, we're going to raid Tom Beckhauser, a guy that will listen count. Let's give him a hello from the Star Citizen, from the Armco community and from Space Tomatoes community as well.
Indeed. And
Thanks, guys.
thanks again for joining. Catch you around more.
Thank you, guys.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for coming to this stream. As I've said, our stream times change a little bit differently. So we are ending a little early, but some of these streams will go longer, some of them shorter. Generally, though, we'll be continuing to start at about 2 p.m. UTC and go from there. But yeah, thank you all for joining. There should be another stream coming up on Friday. Good times, some gameplay. And then on Saturday, we'll do some org stuff. Next Monday, more news to look over. And supporters, you all have an exclusive video coming out soon, so keep an eye out for that. Thanks again to you all for being here. I hope you've enjoyed the stream, and I'll see you all on Friday. Cheers.